Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Candlekeep Mysteries, the sealed pages
Hello.
of Verglas. We are the Rollers of Fate. I am Mo, your host, and back again after some well-deserved downtime and fueled up, the master of joy and chaos, Cisco Blanco.
Yay!
Yay!
It's that way. I don't know which way you are.
Welcome,
You're on
guys.
that side.
Super glad to be here. Thank you.
And on the edge of their seats in anticipation of what is about to transpire today are our wonderful players Mark, Lucky, Joey, Luke, Ross, and of course, Andy. Wait, did I get everyone there? Yes, I did. Okay, guys, prep yourself. It's funny you guys are talking about superheroes and stuff like that. I have a superhero quiz for today. So, first one that gets 5 questions right who gains 2 points of inspiration. There's a lot to play for. All right. So,
Am I a player,
of
actually?
course, you're a player too.
Oh, yes! I'm gonna use the
Oh,
inspiration
no.
to fuck you up.
Let's go. Do this.
All right. Question number one. We'll start easy and then go from there. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Who in the DC universe has a higher IQ than Batman?
Superman.
Lex Luthor.
Leslie. Yeah.
And
Good question.
Andy,
Oh.
1 point.
Yep. Andy got that.
All right. Next question. Ooh. Wait, these are so difficult.
Wait,
No,
Cyborg.
what?
Doesn't he have the highest
No,
IQ?
Lex Luthor is higher than cyborgs.
Cyborg's a computer, so I
Yeah,
think
but-
Cyborg's a better hacker than Batman. However, Batman has stated Lex Luthor is a lot smarter.
That is true. Which superhero is actually faster than Superman?
Flash.
Flash.
Cisco.
I
Cisco.
said first.
Ah,
Yes,
damn it.
damn it.
does the DM need any more reality breaking
You got
powers?
it.
Come on.
All right. What creature was Starro?
Starfish.
Naro?
Andy got it.
Giant fuck off spacefaring starfish. I'm not exaggerating for effect.
Yeah. If you have seen the Suicide Squad, I think it's in there. So yeah. Who was Aquaman's sidekick?
Aqualad.
Yep,
Shark?
got it. So that's two for Andy, one for Cisco, one for who said shark? What?
Shark.
Not wrong, technically. Not wrong.
Wait,
Technically.
which shark? Which one?
Yes.
The white one.
One. Bruce.
What
Bruce the
was
Shark.
Superman's real name on planet Krypton?
Kal-El.
Kyle.
Allow.
Kal-El.
Who said that first? It was a bit.
I'm pretty sure
I-
it's
Everyone
Joey.
was saying Cal while I said Kal-El.
Kal-El, yeah, I also
think-
said
I think I said
well,
it.
it's up
I
to
think
you
I said
guys.
it
I'm fine either
first.
way.
I
thought
have
it
5
sounded
inspiration
familiar.
points. Give it to someone else.
You've got 5 inspirations?
Yeah, she never uses them.
I've been hoarding
Why
them. I've
not?
not needed them. I've not needed them for a while.
Hmm.
Rollies?
Yeah, we could roll it if you guys want
Sure,
to.
I'll take
sure.
that. Roll it off.
So
Yeah,
is
we'll
it just
just,
a D20 and then... Or how do you want to do this?
Oh, bitches.
Okay, damn
Yeah.
it.
No. Yeah, no.
Cisco, you gotta change that natural 20 all the time off now. You know, you can't have that. Okay.
Not that anymore.
Name the member of the Justice League who is one of the strongest telepath in the DC universe.
Mars.
I said
I forget. No, Martian.
Yeah,
Martian.
Martian
Mars.
Manhunter is correct.
Planet is Mars.
Martian Manhunter?
The entire.
Panic!
All right.
I'm not...
Who is
Sure, yeah.
Daredevil's arch nemesis?
Kingpin.
Kingpin?
Andy got it.
I-
Damn it.
Andy's so good.
He's so quick.
Yeah.
Crosswalks?
I kill at pub quizzes.
I want to go to that pub quiz. That sounds easier than mine.
It does actually, yeah.
Okay. All right. Which character is the villain in the first Spider-Man movie?
Green Goblin.
Green Goblin.
Oh,
What's his real name?
that was Luke.
Wait.
And was it just you that just said it? Yeah, Luke gets it.
Technically, isn't it Bonesaw? He's got him for 3 minutes.
No.
Macho Man, Randy Savage.
He's not a villain, though.
No, I know. I'm just. I
he
can't
is a
win, so I
heel.
might as well. I gotta tell
He
a
is a
joke
heel.
at least.
All
He
right.
is a heel though.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Ooh, okay. Let's see if anyone knows this. Whose real name is Wade Wilson?
Deadpool.
Deathstroke.
Deadpool.
Daredevil.
Who said Deadpool?
Oh,
first?
Deadpool.
I said
Luke got it.
yeah.
me and
I
Aki.
Deadpool.
just
Me and
Deadpool.
Ross.
this movie. I just watched that.
Who said it first? You said it first, right, Luke?
Probably.
I think we
That's
heard
it, so?
it.
That's a
I don't
shit,
know how
yes.
the mics work, to be honest.
I think it was Luke.
Okay, Luke, yes. How many are in?
Yeah.
Four?
Four,
Should we
Alright.
type it in
Luke's
instead
on
of saying it
four.
out loud?
No, no.
No.
No, just nope.
I'm gonna try to give a really difficult one here. What? Where does Iron Man's origin story start?
Oh, in a cave.
In the Middle East?
The Middle East. Yeah, Arabia. Saudi Arabia.
No one?
That's where he makes the first
cave?
suit, isn't it?
Afghanistan?
You guys are
Oh,
thinking.
what?
You guys are thinking movie right now, but it's not.
Oh, it's not.
Oh, it's
Shit.
comic. Oh shit. Okay, that's a good
Was
one.
it Yemen?
Nope.
No one's typing it, right?
United States of
we're
America? Does that count?
Oh, no.
I mean, that's an excellent point.
Moving on.
Was it-
In the comics,
was
it'll
it-
be a
is it
it'll
in
be a
the
made up
moon or
name that
something
sounds
like
just really close
Was
to
he
something.
when he was
Scrapping
in
that-
college?
Scrapping that. Moving on.
Damn it.
Yeah,
What was
move
that?
on.
Well, it says Vietnam, so.
Really?
Mm,
I don't remember Vietnam in the comic. Oh, it could be. I don't know. Actually, it's been a
we'll
while.
have to double check.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're probably right.
Okay, this is testing someone's knowledge. Can you name the online handle used by Bruce Wayne?
Dark
No.
Batfan69.
The real Batman. I don't know.
Joker sucks with an X.
All right, that's no
Not-
one. It was actually John Doe 297. All right.
Oh,
I want that.
yeah, that's a hard one.
So,
I want that.
All right, easy one coming up. Who is considered the light to Batman's darkness?
Superman.
Superman.
Yeah,
Wonder
Superman. Yeah, it is. Clark Kent.
Robin.
Yep, that's right.
Robin,
Cisco.
yeah, wrong.
Oh,
Fuck,
I'm
he
thi-
said
I'm
that in the
thinking of-
movie.
I'm thinking of Justice League Unlimited, where there was a will they won't they thing with those two.
Oh, here we go. How many PhDs does Bruce Banner have?
3.
6.
8.
3. I thought he had
Four?
3 PhDs.
5? 4.
1,
Two?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yeah, okay,
Oh,
okay.
13, 14.
Scrap that one. He actually has 7. So 7.
Really?
We're so close.
Wow.
I did this. I went this.
Did you say 7, Andy?
No, I said
Oh, you
8.
said
So I
Oh,
was
you
like,
did.
damn it!
Oh, okay.
Me and him guessed right between it.
Name
Oh, I'm
the
wrestling for the win.
name the flammable Marvel superhero.
The Human
Torch.
Torch. Human Torch.
Oh,
Johnny
someone.
Storm.
Johnny Storm.
I think Joey.
I
Well,
give that to Joey.
I
Yeah.
don't know, I think it was
Joey.
Mark or Joey.
Who got it? I think it was Joey.
I mean,
I think it was
I
Joey.
mean,
Human Torch. I had.
Joey's voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Joey got it.
What's everyone's scores at?
I got
I
1.
have 3.
Luke has 4, and I think Andy has 4, don't you? 4 or
I
3,
think I got
Andy?
4. I deliberately didn't answer a few of them. I'm just hoarding inspiration points at this point. I'm just like, eh.
Okay. This is a bit of a tough one. Okay. Name the superhero who started as an Iron Man antagonist.
Mandarin.
War Machine? No.
Machine Man.
Name
Started
the
as
Doctor
one.
Strange?
name the
Captain America.
superhero who started as an Iron
Namor.
Man.
No,
Captain
Falcon.
America?
Falcon.
Captain America?
Nah, not the Falcon.
No, it's the other guy.
The Winter
He's-
Soldier?
The
He's
Silver
dressed
Surfer?
up-
No.
No, he's I know it. I think he's a guy who's similar to the Falcon. He's like a red and white costume, right? Am I thinking of the same? Mo, have I got this? I just can't remember his name.
No.
I know the one you mean. But
The answer is actually Black Widow. So.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, she was originally a Hydra spy.
Of course.
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
My favorite
Between
superhero. Which superhero gets their powers from a magical ring?
The Green Lantern.
Green Lantern.
Yes!
Flabbergaster.
Flabbergasted, flabbergasted.
Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. I object. That ring's not magic.
Vision.
Both of them are.
All right, let's see if you know some side characters. Who is Iron Man married to?
Pots.
There
Pot.
was.
Yeah. Pepper Potts.
Yeah. All right, I'll take that. I'll take that from
I think
Ross.
Aki
You got a
got that
point.
one.
Can't you talk about the guy who assaulted Peter Parker when he was younger? I know that one.
I was gonna say Gwyneth Paltrow.
How many members are there in the original Avengers?
7.
7.
5.
Luke.
6.
Who said 6?
Yes. I was like really quick. I was like, da, 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 da.
Wait, who was the original lineup? Iron Man, Cap,
Iron Man, Captain,
Ant-Man, Wasp.
Hulk,
Are
Ant-Man,
we talking
Wasp,
comics Avengers
Thor.
or MCU Avengers?
I think I'm talking.
No, not
comics.
MCU. It's the comics. So it was Ant-Man, Wasp, Hulk, Iron Man, Black Widow, Thor.
Black Widow wasn't in it.
Black Widow was in the original Avengers. In the comics?
MCU, yes, but not the comics.
Oh god, this is.
No, in
this
the
is
comics
confusing.
it was. Oh, no, it was Hawkeye. But I still got it. It was
Hawkeye.
Was it?
Hawkeye.
Hawkeye was the original one.
Oh,
Who
Hawkeye was not.
originally killed Superman in 1993 comics?
Doomsday.
Doomsday.
Andy,
Lex Luthor.
Andy got
Lex
it.
Luthor.
Doomsday. Andy wins 2 points,
Andy got
Rachel. Take that tally to 7. Well done.
You
That's
better
it.
get some crits for those.
I doubt he will.
Oh.
So, okay.
Imagine.
Actually, considering today, he might need that inspiration. Actually.
Whenever we
7
fight
of them?
Tiamat, we'll
Maybe.
be ready.
But yeah, well, good job, guys. That was so funny. You
Yeah,
guys were talking
that's
about
fun.
superheroes. I was like, oh my god, like, what was the coincidence that you guys were gonna do a quiz about him? Anyway, let's move on. Cisco, you okay with the announcements?
Yes, definitely. Just to say a shout out to Martin on stream. Hello, Martin. I'm glad
I'm
to
sure
see
Martin.
you.
I'm sure Martin knew all the answers to every single question.
I
there.
know.
It's a wealth of knowledge.
So, for those of you who are new to our stream and have not watched our previous episode, please you can check us out on our Twitch right after this or on YouTube channel, Rollers of Fate D&D, where you can find all our previous episodes, including our modified version of the Curse Strat module, Dining in Barovia, which airs on Sunday and is DM'd by me. For those also who want to send us fan art, you can go to rollersoffatednd@gmail.com. And finally, we also have a Twitter at FateDND, where you can catch up to up-to-date news, games, and all the D&D related stuff. Also, as this week, we are on Jasper's Game Day week. So it's a yearly event that helps people to be aware of suicide prevention and mental health and all those things that can be really complicated for a lot of people. So if you wish to find out more or maybe donate for this cause, you can check it out at jaspersgameday.com. So please check it out. There is also
Please do.
D&D Beyond Die as well that you can buy. But yeah, back to you, Mo. Actually, maybe as well, like a little bit of, not on this episode particularly, but our games sometimes can be a bit dark and gory. So if any of you have any lines or veils, please be aware. Sometimes we can get a bit crazy here. Yeah, back to you, Mo.
Okay, thank you, Cisco. Okay, if there's nothing else, so let us see what mysteries shall be revealed today. Time for some music. Get ready, guys.
And my nerd glasses.
You have a bionicle instead of a monocle now.
I just realised that super quiz. I've got another stupid fact that I'll tell during the break.
Looking forward.
Just remind me about Superman deaths. It'll help.
I will do. All right. Read the letter, and you will see the words to set you free. Read the letter, and you will witness the cure to your sickness. Read the letter, and succumb to its will. To neglect it will only lead to a kill. Read the letter. Previously in the sealed pages of Verglas, Bruce found himself in shock as he witnessed his father, Darren Lockwood, in the same room as him. A man whose nobility only reached in the silver marshes now stand in prestige amongst his guests. Until provoked by a Cornelius Featherbottom, who attempted to belittle Darren and move on with his posse. It was then that Darren witnessed his son at this event and requested through his butler that Bruce to see Darren in his room this evening. Emotions were high, but there was still a job to do for Candlekeep, and for this the party split up to attempt to convince or deceive those that may have interest in the book of Gordinio Ramsio, The Perfect Guide to an Idiot Sandwich. There were other items there in the auction as well: a peckercorn horn, a holy avenger, an acorn, an apparatus of Qualish, and a moonstone necklace. Maz made his way to Jamil Olivander, a chef that despised Gordinio and wanted to burn the book once he acquired it at the auction, but Maz made him realize that the food here was not good enough and that he should go and command the kitchen of this event, ensure that the food is of his making and not Ramsio's. Errol followed Darren up 2 flights of stairs before unable to do so, as guards were placed for rooms of those that are important or wealthy. As he returned back, he and Yago decided to influence the twins Yuanti, to not to be interested in the book, and they did without fail, as a little lie about its contents seemed to dissuade the siblings from it. Ruan approached Cornelius Featherbottom, who is in mid-conversation about a brothel in Ascalfa, before interrupted by Ruan, who claimed to be a trader, but this did not interest Cornelius. Ruan could see that he was losing his interest, and so he claimed to know the occupant of the brothel. With a slight interest in the comments Cornelius said, he said he would speak to him later, but he did not appreciate the lies and threatened Ruan. Ruan did not like this comment and attempted to spill wine on him, but with the wine slipping off and the people around him began laughing at Ruan, Cornelius looked at him and called him Little One. As this happened, Ruan, with his small but mighty punch, hit him in the nose and slipped away from the crowd with the help of Errol. Meanwhile, Bruce and Aki were feasting on food, but it's Aki's eyes that feasted on the bejeweled gift by Pondius Lumar, an inquirer of rare relics and artifacts, and was keen on the cookbook itself. Aki gifted a book to him, Working Out Your Way to the Seven Heavens, but it was with Bruce and his father that he had more interest in. If he could introduce him to his father, he would choose not to bid for the book. After conversation here were made, the host, known as Purity, presented themselves from the gates and greeted the guest. But before the evening came to a close, Ziggy was informed that Father was interested in the necklace and that he should do what he can to acquire it. He saw an opportunity with the twins and spoke to them, but it was Yuna who was more interested in him. He persuaded Kai to acquire the necklace, and in return Yuna invited Maz to her bedroom. Once the evening had come to a close, Alfred waited for Bruce and Aki and guided them to Darren's room. It was a room that looked familiar to Bruce, with heads of creatures hunted by his father adorned the room. Darren sat Bruce down, Aki was standing, and he began questions to Bruce about what he had done for the past 10 years, before telling Bruce how he struggled after he ran away. Bruce was sure that his father would be disappointed with him for doing so, but it was Bruce who was surprised by Darren's behavior. However, at the end of the conversation, Darren pulled out a parchment with his shaky hands and asked Bruce to decide to come back home with him or denounce the Lockwood name. At that point, a young boy named Toby entered the room and called for his father. Bruce found his way out to explain to Darren that he exists only because of him and wishes the decision that Bruce makes tomorrow will be to leave him for good. And as Bruce and Aki both leave, the final words that Aki speaks cuts deep into Darren's thoughts. And we'll start off here, and as you both begin making your way down the steps looking for food and drink, the camera actually shifts from you and goes towards the corridor of where the rest of your party currently have rooms. And as this happens, the camera shifts to one of the doors, and as it goes through the door, in the lavatory, looking into the mirror, is currently Maz, and clutching in his hand the invitation to Yuna's room. And as you look into the mirror and look at yourself begins to speak back to you.
Oh, this is new.
It was about time you start to listen to me. This is good. We are doing so well. I'm so proud of you, Mas. Ziggy. Well,
I-
I'm Mas.
I still don't know why we need this necklace.
Father really wants it, and could be a great ally to our cause. You know, he can give us so much. You know, he's
I
a
just-
good deal. Trust me.
I don't like knowing. I don't know enough, and I don't like that.
I know, but come on. I mean, I am undead. Have I ever done anything bad to you? You know.
Not recently, but okay, should be fine. I've got an idea of how we can get it. I just don't know if it will work. I want to test. Can I cast prestidigitation and just make just a little like ball appear or something?
As you cast it, it works.
Okay, I think this floor's. I think we have magic, so
Oh, that's amazing.
hopefully that'll help. That'll help.
You seen how she looks at you. I don't really know the physicality of a snake woman, to be honest with you. We better not find out.
I don't
too much,
either.
but-
I might need something. I might need something strong from the bar.
Yeah, it could be
I
really
could-
awkward, but
Yeah. My plans is also to kind of mess with her and her brother's relationship. I don't know how well it will work though. Let's hope the cards are on my side. Our side.
oh yeah, that's a good point. They are. I mean, you can always make up things. They're not gonna know anyway. No one wants a bad prognostication.
I know,
against
that's-
them,
That is true. Let's hope.
so I'll help you if I can.
I think I'll be alright. With
Right.
hopefully.
Yeah,
But,
and remember, power. Yeah.
Yes. Theatrics. On man. Gotta learn that. And I think I'll go to the bar first.
At the moment you're trying to leave the door, Joku is actually standing in front of the door, ready to knock on your door.
Yadu, what are you
I'm
doing?
pretty sure.
No,
I was.
not yet.
Oh.
We need drink first. I need a drink. We need drinks. No reason. People, I need to get this person to believe something, and people believe more when they're drunk. That sounds bad, but it's pretty bad. Let's go. Unless I'll go on my own. It's fine. It's fine. I'll wander off.
All right. Yagu, are you going with him?
Yeah, sure.
All right. As you both begin to kind of go down the stairs to look for the bar, the camera now shifts back into the corridor, into another room, and there, Ruin, you're just there. What are your plans? Yo, mute.
Wanna ask one of the bartenders, like, which one looks like they're the most drunk, or like who's in like the best mood?
Bartender.
Any of the employer staff. Well, any of the staff. Are any of the staff like sneaking drinks, anything like that?
No, all you see are those familiar white-suited, golden-gloved, glittered-face staff who look pretty identical to each other, and they're just serving drinks to whoever wants a nightcap.
Um,
In the distance, you see, as you kind of come, you see Aki and Bruce there, kind of just middle of conversation. Facing away, they don't notice. They don't notice you as of yet.
and I'll just shout over to Aki and Bruce. Hey, how'd it go with dear old daddy?
It went.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
No, but not because of that though. Other lots of things.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, Ruin is it?
Yeah.
Don't think we've been properly introduced. You met Bruce. I'm not Bruce. I'm Bruce.
Bruise. With like a
That's me.
Z.
Yep.
Oh. Aw. Does he always do this? I'm gonna
Only
look at
some-
Aki.
Yeah. This might be hard to keep track of, but yes, Bruce is not the same person.
I share a space in Bruce's head. Have done for. Oh, more than a decade now.
Are you two able to just turn this on and off at will?
Not really. No, something's got to trigger it.
Huh. Well, I was gonna ask, I'm trying to get information right now from the staff or just whoever. I want to figure out how that magic floor turns off our magic, or even if it is the floor.
Well,
Could
I
you guys
think
help me find?
there's a clue in the fact that you can't see the staff in the floor.
What if it's not the floor though? What if they want you to think it's the floor? That's what I'm worried about.
Well, you
I-
don't think it's
I-
that you don't think it's that literal angel from heaven that can do that?
I've never heard of someone being so strong that they could just turn off all magic.
Mm.
So would you guys be willing to help me maybe, I don't know, trick some of the staff or talk to them, maybe get some information?
To what end?
I just want to figure out that floor. I have a plan to either get the book or maybe help our turtle friend get that sword. I'm gonna look around. Is anyone listening in on our conversation?
No, don't see anyone close by enough to kind of hear the conversation. But at this point, you see both Maz and Yagu coming in down as well from behind,
Oh.
from where you guys came from.
Hello, gents.
Hello.
Right.
Where are you off to in such a hurry?
Booze. Strong booze.
Lot of booze.
I have a plan.
Speaking of plans, we're making a plan right now.
We?
Well, I thought we could.
Just so I'm clear, and he leans in to whisper quietly, so you weren't helping stealing stuff from the auction.
And not stealing.
Are you going to pay for it?
Not necessarily.
So you
I
steal
like
it
to
then.
think it's like long-term borrowing.
That's called stealing, Ruin.
Do we have the same plan?
I'm not that bothered, honestly, but just call it what it is. You're right. A spade's a spade, a shovel's a shovel.
I'd
Yes,
rather get paid than get up in whatever we're stealing, or unless we're
What if we sell the sword then?
our little friend who brought us here is a pretty nervous little dude. I don't know that he'll be okay with us stealing it. I think he'll probably try and give it. He'll probably try and give it back, and he won't give us any saved
Steal it?
money as payment.
Oh,
No one would know because I have two spells up my sleeve that I want to try. One is either to shrink the sword, and I could carry that out without anyone noticing, or if I focus really hard, I can make the room so dark that no one can see except for me.
Yeah,
I'm
this
able to.
Well-
s-
Well,
Hmm?
if that does happen, can you try and knit that necklace for me?
Oh, for God's sake.
If I can't get the sword, I could try.
Okay.
Listen.
Is it something you want? Would it help you? I can only do
It's-
one
it's
bad
not-
thing if
it's-
it's balanced out by a good deed.
It's not something I want. It's something I've been told to.
Is there any world in which we complete what we're doing before we
I mean,
steal everything else here?
honestly, my original plan was to steal after we had done what we were planning on doing.
What you want to
That
say there,
sounds-
Yagu?
That's what I'm aiming for as well. I don't want to steal in the middle of the auction.
I really don't think we should steal here, and definitely not talk about this in the open.
Well, no one's
Yeah,
listening.
Yeah, listen,
You'd think.
guys, listen. I hate that I'm also being the voice of reason here, but the plan's solid for what it's worth, Ruin. I do agree with you. But let's not overlook the literal angel from fucking heaven who tends to run this place. You really think they're not going to be aware that a weapon that powerful is not just going to walk out here without, the right procedures?
Well, you could
just think-
consider it divine intervention.
Let's just not be set up for failure. Is all I'm saying. I prefer to win.
I like what
But,
you're trying to do here, Ruben, but I honestly don't think we should do that. Even
At
though
minimum,
I really
we-
want that sword, but
Everyone
At
loves a
minimum,
good
we could
present.
create a distractions or get everybody evacuated or get them to park the fucking building on the ground. Something that actually lets us leave. You steal something, you walk outside. You're still where the hell are we?
I have wings.
Good for you.
You're gonna fly away and leave us here, are you?
you want to fly away from a literal god.
I can fly fast.
The wheels are coming off, Ruin.
Okay, but
Like-
what if what we did with Errol? What if he holds the bag open? I shrink the sword. I fly into the bag with the sword when it's really dark.
That's exactly
only
the
do
same as
one at a
taking the
time.
sword and putting it in the bag, isn't it? Why do you have to disappear?
Because if I disappear with the sword, no one's
You look
gonna
like you
know-
stole it.
But that's fine. No one's gonna know where I am or who I'm with.
You're talking about Errol's bag of holding, yeah?
Yeah.
You do know you're dying there.
No, I was in there earlier for a little bit.
Okay, above game, it was the literal backpack, not the bag of holding that he put you
Oh.
in.
Never mind.
Ruin,
Never mind.
is this your very first time? Is this your very first time stealing things?
I didn't used to steal. I used to just kind of take it.
It's stealing, Ruin.
I'm dick.
It's not stealing. I
Did it belong to other people?
Wait.
technically no.
We're-
Technically, what do you mean technically? Yeah, yes or no?
They weren't alive when
I-
I took it.
I may take away that original faith I had in you about 5 minutes ago, Ruben.
I turned to look at Yagu, our good boy Paladin, at the mention of grave robbing.
It wasn't grave robbing. They came to my home. I took care of them. I dispatched of them, and I took what they had.
Oh, I'm not knocking it. I've done it myself. Anyway, I look at Yagu at the mention of grave robbing.
He looks more disappointed during the conversation in the
Oh,
group.
he looks disappointed. That's worse.
What? That's
I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed.
Listen, I had a life well before I met you guys. I don't care to explain my past. I'm living in the present right now.
Sorry, I'm still stuck on the idea that you disappearing with the sword is less suspicious than the sword disappearing and everybody still being in with an eye line. I don't understand.
Well, I'm just spitballing ideas. I was hoping we could all build off of each other, and
Well-
everyone gets to profit.
I'm still
I
stuck on
rather
stealing
not.
from a celestial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I could wield that sword with pride if I knew it was stolen and not obtained fairly.
Then what if and I'm gonna gesture to Ziggy, what if our playboy here manages to convince the Yantees to buy it for him as a,
Wait,
you
what?
know, a
Playboy?
parting love gift?
One
Well, that
T.
would be
I-
7 Shades of Impressive, is what that would be.
Wait.
I'm already kind of doing that for something else.
What if I can get you that necklace if you
What
can
the
get
hell?
Yagu the sword?
I
Fair.
I
think
really
I
weren't gone
brought
this
myself.
long. How has this happened so quickly?
I
Everybody
was
has a plan.
I was asked to get the necklace by any means. Turns out these are the means. I'm not too happy about it. So I'm at the bar and we're getting drunk.
Hold
Where's
on.
Harold at? If Harold was here, he'd have an opinion.
Was he?
Speaking of
Was
Are we,
he?
in the
Errol,
bar?
with
Are we
this one.
currently in the bar?
Above game, what Errol's doing, he's in his room right now,
Mhm.
taking off what he considers, for lacking of better terms, a monkey suit, and he's taking off his leather armor as well, and he's finally donning his studded leather armor, and he's saying to himself, "Ah, finally, I can breathe." Okay, so, and Errol's like, he's gonna take a look around in the meantime, like his closet, under his bed, just standard procedure checking if there's anyone else in the room.
no, you look around, nothing there.
Yep.
Mhm.
Passive. Okay, so, and then Harold afterwards, he's not gonna go to the bar. He's just gonna think to himself the layout of from the room where the portal's at to his room, and he's gonna think to himself, "Can I get here without anybody noticing me?" Like he's gonna gauge how far it is. That's what he's gonna be doing in his room.
From your room to the gates of where
Yep.
the where
Yeah, it's where the portal is at, where
Hmm.
Purity came from.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
wants to see if he can mathematically, mentally measure that distance.
make a survival check.
Sure. Like, basically, what I'm going for as a player is, as soon as I leave my room, do I know where to go if I want to get there? Unnatural 20.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. You know, it's not even that far off. You just go back down the stairs that you came through the main door into the hall, and the stairs to the portal will be there.
Mm-hmm.
You have no doubt of the direction that you got. The path that you got to your room was very simple, so it's very easy to kind of go back. However, while you're sitting there and thinking of that, your door opens, and kind of stumbling in, kind of looking down, is a halfling man, kind of half tipsy, and he's just kind of. He doesn't even notice you. He's kind of going towards the bed. He just puts his sack down, and then he just starts climbing onto the bed. Still doesn't notice you, and then kind of snuggles into the bed, and then
Like, he's just gonna think to himself that this is weird, but can I stealth roll to, like, get off the bed? Because I'm in the bed, so I'm just picturing him just trying to, like, come up close to me.
yeah, make a
Can I
stealth roll. Make it with advantage, because after you start moving, you can just hear him go.
Okay. Not great. That's not good, but
21? Come on.
And without even a creak,
Good.
you manage to step away, and you can just see him kind of slumped. His nose is all red and flustered, and he's just with his kind of monocle on his robe. Definitely very, very, almost
Can
probably
I-
drunk or tipsy to an extent that he cannot hold his liquor, and he's.
can I use that same stealth roll to kind of tuck him in and get him set up that then he doesn't vomit on himself, basically make sure that he's safely in bed? Can I just do that with that same stealth roll, or is that a different roll to make sure I can actually do
No,
that?
that's perfectly fine. And as you do tuck
Okay.
in, he kind of snuggles in, and he kind of grabs your hand, and he starts kind of snuggling the hand like you were some sort of kind of teddy or a pillow or something like that.
Okay.
And it's just,
And I'm assuming this is like a hotel room sort of with multiple pillows.
yeah, sure.
I'm gonna grab one pillow and just sort of just switch it like, yeah, okay.
Oh.
And Noting that in mind, Harold is just as a note gonna take a different pillow than the one he's laying on, and just put it in the bag of holding, so I could just add it as an item later.
Sure.
Okay.
Comfort.
Well, no, there is a different use of that pillow depending how things go in a little bit. But so Errol's gonna take that pillow and go, all right, I guess that's time to go. And Errol is not even gonna wake him up or do anything. He's gonna leave the room, close the door, and look around, and basically Splinter Cell style try to make his way near where the portal room is. If he can without being seen, but if he is seen, then I'll deal with that consequence when it comes up.
Okay. You know what? As you make your way down towards the towards the main hall, that you see a double door there, and you actually see nobody in the corridor. So imagine a great kind of corridor, and then there's that double door that you guys entered into the main hall. There's no one there.
This is gonna be a dumb suggestion, but I'm just gonna try to open the door.
As you reach for the
double door.
It opens.
Errol's just gonna be kind of surprised. Really? And then just walk through.
As you step inside, you see the room now. Same thing as before, obviously without the guests and everyone. No one there. You see the 6 items placed in glass cabinets as they were on display. You see the gates there, but they're closed at the moment.
He's gonna take a look at the items and say, "These are fake," and then just look at the gate and. Is this like one of those tall gates with like a pointed end, like at the tip?
Yeah. So imagine just like
so
gates and stuff. Yeah.
What Harold is gonna do, he wants to get to that portal on the other side. I imagine it's off. Basically, it's like a just stone structure without like any like filler or something like that. How I imagine it looks.
So it's the gate, and then from there you can see continuing stairs kind of going up, and a beaming light coming, kind of shining towards the whole room and yourself as well.
Oh, okay. So what Harold's gonna do, he's gonna take out the pillow and just start trying to jump this gate, and he's gonna use the pillow as like a top point to kind of pull himself over.
Okay. As you start getting closer and closer up these steps, the light becomes so blinding. I need you to give me a wisdom saving throw with disadvantage.
Of course, that's fair. And hopefully I don't either get killed or blasted back, but disadvantage. Gotcha. Wisdom save.
9th level guiding bolt. What?
11.
You have to close your eyes, and as you do, when you open them, you find yourself back to the 2 doors in the hall.
Whoa.
So what Errol is gonna do, he's gonna take out his rift spanner and be like, "All right, can't get too close." And so he's gonna do that thing where he grabs the bars and just holds his arm out with the rift spanner. And what I'm trying to do here, I'm hoping the rift spanner will allow me to just collect information about the portal, like where it's going, and not so much who's there, but just info. That's all Errol's purpose is with the rift spanner.
Then I will say make a intelligence check with proficiency.
So intelligence. My intelligence is a 13, so that's +1 plus proficiency. So that's a D20 plus 4.
That's correct.
okay?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
Okay, give me 1 second. So I'm gonna roll the D20 and then we'll add the 4. That is not good. Nope. I know nothing.
Again, sorry, you said you wanted to kind of do it at the gate?
Yeah.
Okay, as you again attempt to go towards the gate, going up these steps, the light shines bright again, and you end up back to the 2 double doors that you entered through into the main hall once again. It just seems like you're just getting either shifted, you don't know why, because you're blinded by the light for a moment, but when you open your eyes, you're back there again, and you didn't move from the spot.
Right. Okay.
It seems from these things, it seems like that every time you try to get close to it, something is preventing you to get any closer. That's what you're getting. At this point, you hear a "Can I help you?"
Oh, hello there. Hi. was just a little curious about this gate. Is it some exclusive club or something? I was just wondering.
Well, that's where Purity comes from, the host of this place. You met?
Speaking of,
Yeah.
she or he, either way, Purity's very impressive. I was hoping to have some questions in regards to the heavens in general.
I'm not sure if she's going to really have time for you, but I mean, are you not the Candlekeep float?
Yes and no. I am a Candlekeep folk in the sense that I travel with them and they're my friends, but again, I've done some work for some Celestials in the past, and they're always really pleasant to be around. So
Oh yeah,
I was
yeah, they're
hoping-
very pleasant to be around. Yep, 100%.
Yep. And just above game, is it the same dude that checked in our weapons?
Yep. Yeah,
Speaking
yes.
of, I imagine you've had a pretty fun night yourself.
Oh yeah, checking in people's bags and weapons. 100%. Yeah, very fun. Love to do that all the time.
Yep. Well,
I saw your
suppose-
friends going down to the bar. If you wanna stop this conversation now, it's kind of getting a bit awkward.
Yeah, it feels kind of abrupt if we just walked in opposite directions, wouldn't it be? But again, I'm not very socially adept. What if I wanted to just give a shot at talking to Purity at some point before the auction? As you would know, I have no way of being a threat to her. Just, to be friends, possibly.
If you see her, by all means, be my guest. I don't see there's anything stopping you. You should have spoken to her last night. Well, while the auction was on, she was walking around, wasn't she?
Well, she kind of was beyond breathtaking to just approach, so I was kind of hoping I could do it myself. But you do have a point. There's not really much else. Maybe even tomorrow if she'll be at the event.
I'm not too sure if she will be. We'll see though.
You're telling me the host is not going to show up at an event they're hosting?
If they
Seems
want
kind
to.
of weird, doesn't it?
I don't make the rules. If they want to be there, they'll be there. If they don't, they don't.
Fair enough. In that case, you have a good night, friend, and I'm just gonna walk away from that conversation.
He just watches you go as you kind of walk past him, still looking at you. And then...
Right. And as I close the door behind me, I'll be like, guy's a freaking weirdo. Anyway, the Errol's just gonna head to the bar.
Alright. And as you guys are continuing this conversation, you do see Errol coming down the steps now as well.
Okay.
Party member.
Speak of the devil. Here Harold comes,
Oh.
actually.
And Errol's just gonna look around, but oh, that's not what you meant. Okay, I don't. Anyway, I'm assuming you all have been having better nights than I have so far.
Yeah.
Yeah, very much.
Oh, Bruce,
Man's been great.
How did the thing go?
It's gone. If you must know.
Well,
Yeah, I don't. Basically, I take out the letter of disinheritance. I just sort of place it in front of everyone.
So go pick it up and
Yeah,
that's,
do any word someone else.
Dude, let me see that.
hmm.
I'll pass it to Ziggy.
Well, Well, this is family shit. I'm not all there for.
I guess I'll just take a look at it as well. Kind of seems a bit extreme for a reunion. I'll just hand it back to Bruce.
Thank you. Dear old
I mean, you're gonna
dad.
be Does this mean you're gonna do it? Are you gonna be just a Bruce?
Well, I kind of hope that is what will happen, but not my decision to make. Basically, the old man wants Brucey boy to either go home re-released. Just look back, just leave behind all his obligations to yourselves, the caravan, and other things. Damn. Boy races all the way out here.
Dude, those bartenders run really fast.
Yeah,
Sound like
Dude.
road runners.
speed. The speed. They're good
An
bartenders.
angel,
Look, this-
angel barman.
I guess they hold bets everywhere.
You see the size of
I-
the stein they can deliver when they're going that speed. Impressive, innit?
Wait,
yeah.
let me try that. One mead, please. Just shout that out loud.
Anyway, in regards to this letter, I mean, it is a pretty desperate move. I mean, you know your dad better than any of us, but do you suppose there's something else that he's afraid of?
My opinion, which is different from Bruce's. He just wants something that he thinks belongs to him. He's interested in legacy, having control of it, that sort of thing. He's already taken steps to fix that if he had never found me. Us. Yeah, he got remarried in 11 years I last saw him. He's got his new adopted son, Toby.
I mean, as much as I want to give credence to that theory, then if he only wants control, then wouldn't he have just not even talked to at all? There's got to be something else here that...
He's
Thinking
an
about
nobleman. He's playing a game. That's what he does.
If you're okay with it, could you bring up Bruce for us to talk to so we could get his opinion as well? Sorry about that.
No, it's a fair question. Well, give me a little bit longer, alright? At least I'll finish this until I finish my beer.
That's fair. But I tried looking into that portal in the main hall, which I don't think those items are real that they have on display, guys. I'm pretty sure those are fake, so trying to just swipe them from the display cases. I think the real items are inside that portal because they do not want anything inside it. They're really, really trying to force it out. And going into the main hall, well, aside from that dude who checked in our bags, I didn't really run into anybody.
Then it
Guys
does make sense
everywhere.
what you say.
I know. It's kind of creepy.
Does he look just
um,
like all the other people here as well? All the other staff?
above game? Do I know that?
No, he doesn't. He looks a little. He's very scrawny, thin-faced. He's wearing the white attire, but he has a white little hat on as well. But yeah, it looks. He doesn't. He hasn't actually entered into the room, so you can't even see his reflection. So yeah.
He's
We're
the
not
only
looking
one we've heard talk.
Keep in mind, there's no security in that room, so I get a feeling it's one of two things: either A, they're banking on people not even trying to go in that room, or B, there's nothing in that room worth of value to protect. And when I went inside that portal, it tried to blind me the first time. Second time, it still kind of tried to blind me again. So, although I'm told that's supposedly where purity comes from, so I'm guessing it is the heavens, but again, the heavens are normally a lot more welcoming, so that's where I'm kind of a little bit surprised.
Maybe you haven't been good enough.
Meat arrives.
Oh, that was not as
Oh.
quick as the other table.
Could I just get water? I'd prefer to be sober.
You see the seven walk away for a moment. After a little while, water arrives.
Thank you. And I'm just gonna drink the water.
Excuse me, what was your name? I'm gonna yell that to the server.
He just looks at you, doesn't respond.
Efficient, a bit rude.
Does anyone speak Celestial?
I
or
do.
anything? Oh, maybe you try.
And I'll just say in Celestial, hello there, how's it going? See if they respond back.
No response.
Yeah, they're not even willing to have a conversation.
He looks at you, but no response.
Could I insight
Well-
that, please?
Me as well?
It's up to you guys. I'm just going to be having the conversation going. I'll be like, they don't seem one for conversation, but they're definitely angelic. They recognize what I'm saying by the looks of it.
Just to establish, Harold, Celestial in our campaign sounds like Italian, like Gregorian or something.
Hello there. How's it going?
We established it before.
Okay, I didn't know that. I'll try doing that more.
Damn, Bruce. you're,
Okay, can I try it knowing that I'm the one having the conversation? If that's okay with you guys, or if they already rolled, that's all we're
No,
getting.
no, go ahead. I thought you were
Okay.
gonna start talking Gregorian.
Okay, so normal insight.
Only use an inspiration.
That's a little bit better.
Using inspiration? Ruin?
Huh?
You know,
Oh, I have 0 inspiration.
Oh, you have 0.
I ran out. Yeah, I ran out last session.
Fair enough.
Do I- Can I share mine?
Or you can use yours for your roll.
I don't. It's only if Ruin wants to. I don't mind if the DMs are happy with sharing.
No,
I'm happy to do that.
Save
rule
that for
you
your
used,
future crits.
You can give an inspiration to someone who doesn't have one. That's okay.
Okay.
If they want to
Okay.
take it.
Lucky, would you like an inspiration for this one?
I'll consider it a Christmas gift.
Sure thing. Go for it. Roll
Yeah.
again.
Beautiful.
Oh, it was
You
almost a
wasted it.
19.
You wasted a perfectly good inspiration. Hang
I'm
your head in
sorry.
shame.
So Harold, after that, is just going to be taking out one ration of his, just finish eating it while drinking the water.
Okay. The 3 of you, as you look at this and try to glean something off this being or whatever this creature is, you just... It just looks normal. Very, very... there is no expression, no emotion coming from them. And then they just basically turn around and walk off to serve someone else.
They seem nice.
Hmm.
Never met a barman. You could shut up. This is weird.
Well, they're not really barmen; they're just acting like barmen.
Maybe they're students.
Could be.
That their souls are crushed and they're doing part-time work.
You know, in regards to everything, though, I mean, I feel like just turning in for the night, and we'll just deal with tomorrow in regards to the book. Oh, by the way, Feminol, that's the name of the guy who hired us, right? Above game.
Yes,
Feminol, walked into my room, so that's gonna be interesting. I might have to sleep on the floor or something, or sleep in somebody else's room. Actually,
You can use my bed. I don't use beds at all. I don't think they're comfortable.
thank you, Yagu.
You're welcome.
What do you do then?
Yeah, how do you sleep?
And
Guys?
he will just go into his shell.
Yeah, that's pretty self-explanatory.
Is it
Ah.
decorated in there?
That makes sense. I just didn't want to assume.
You speak like everyone just sees a turtle just cutting about, you know?
Like, no, it's pretty self-explanatory. If you got yourself a really, really safe space where you could just go into at any time and sleep in it, why wouldn't you?
Also, I never slept on the bed before. Once we arrived at Candlekeeper at the inn,
Actually,
it's the first time I saw a bed. So
Actually, Yagu, so when you're in your shell, like, does it make it more comfortable if I put, like, a pillow under you?
well, it
'Cause I
depends
have
on
my
the
pillow,
floor.
and he'll
If
pull out
there's
his
like
pillow. I
one
still
of
have
those
this.
well, I usually take the carpets. They kind of remind me of the grass at home, but
If you
You,
fall
I
on
have
your
the
back,
pillow.
If you fall on your back, can you get up on it unhelped?
I thought I was a jerk.
no, I can maneuver myself around. I've been on my back before, so don't
Well,
worry.
I'm not trying to be an arse or anything. I'm genuine. I'm sincerely curious, honestly.
Well, I can show you
mean-
what I would do. Give me a moment, and he will lay on his back. And he will just
And
spatter around for like a minute
no.
before he gets
Oh, no,
back.
bugger, he's stuck.
I'm
No, I
just
got
gonna-
this. I got
left,
this.
Yagu, left.
Roll
I
a
can
check
reach
save.
down, grab.
No, wait.
I can reaches down, grabs the nearest arm or leg, and kind of tries to just spin him a
Ever-
little.
Shiver.
Oh, that usually helps. Thank you, Aki. And he managed to maneuver himself back from that spin.
Oh,
Nice
superb.
catch.
Perfect form. Perfect form.
You're welcome.
Oh.
Thank you. Yeah.
Well, I feel like we've all learned something tonight.
Bruce,
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got a business card that we were really supposed to deliver.
Ah, bugger. You're right. I've still got it.
Is there,
Yeah.
I suspect Alfred is more available.
Yeah,
Not only that, but keeping in mind that business card, do you guys have to do it tonight? I mean, Darren is going to be at the auction tomorrow, right? Just give it to him then.
I'd rather give it to Alfred personally. I can't stand.
I mean,
sorry.
look,
No.
if we all get a good night's sleep, we'll all be in a better mood. They'll be in a better mood. We can think of what to say, and then whatever your answer is, Bruce, you can give him the card regardless tomorrow. Or you could even just give it to Alfred, but
Hold
that's
on.
assuming he'll want it from Alfred instead of, say, from you.
Bipondius will agree to not bid on the book if he has had that passed on. And I don't think he'll not bid on it if we've not done it like as soon as possible.
Well, I mean, we just have to do it then before the auction starts tomorrow morning, say when Darren does his morning routine, whatever that is.
There is no chance this is a bargaining chip with your father. I don't know if you need one, but
Personally,
a business connection.
personally, I don't care. I've already said I'd rather Bruce just sign the letter and just pammed it off. But but
What if
yo,
there's a way
yo-
for you both to get what you want?
Mm,
I mean, by the sound of this letter, it sounds like your father, again, I don't know him. I haven't hunted with him. I haven't talked with him. It comes off to me, this kind of ultimatum, like a desperate man who's had a lot of fear and who is still currently in fear. The question is, what's he in fear of?
you know
If I
what?
had it-
Good. Let him be in fucking fear then.
Well, hear me out.
No.
I'm assuming-
I'm having no sympathy for the bastard whatsoever. He spent
Uh,
years ignoring Bruce.
What about
He-
sympathy for Bruce? Do you have sympathy for him?
Why I'm here, Harold.
Then give me a second. Fear is a tool that can be used. Hunters use fear on their prey. To get what you want, sometimes you have to. In the case of Darren, your father, again, not sure about the relationship. I don't imagine it was very good, but
It's poor, if you must know.
okay. Thank you for that. But he's afraid, from what I can gather of this letter, of loss. Whether that's loss of legacy, loss of family, that's up to interpretation. Losing.
Face.
Ultimately what he fears.
It's losing face. That was almost all he said to Bruce upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
Harold, I see
I
see where you're coming from. I genuinely do. But the fact is, if the old man really cared, he would have said so 11 years ago. And he didn't.
I'm not saying he really cares. I just think we're placing the wrong value on what he cares about. I think above all, for someone who does this sort of action, or that sort of action gesturing to the letter, I think there's a point where it becomes less about pride and more about self, if that makes sense. And what I mean by that is, okay, Bruce, from what you told me, you're okay. Let's just stop beating around the bush. You're a half orc. You're not received very well. Correct me if I'm wrong. In towns and the like.
Absolutely correct.
Okay. Here, as a noble, he's been mocked for years, at least from what I gather, for some reason. I would imagine it has to do with you. Now,
Yeah, because he couldn't control his family.
but
His exact words.
getting you back, maybe he knows it, maybe he doesn't, isn't necessarily the only thing that's going to assuage those fears. The fear of being mocked, the fear of having an outsider as a son, etc. Now, especially if what you said is true, which is he remarried and has another child. With that in mind, I think he fears above all losing to you. You walked out. It's not about losing to the society and what society thinks. I don't think so. I think what he saw was prey that got away. He's willing to do all of this because, again, whether he legitimately cares about you or not, that's up to who you ask. Losing for a hunter doesn't feel good. And some hunters would be willing to do whatever they can to get what they lost back, even if they don't even care about what they lost. So I think, by, again, personal opinion, I don't know the man. If you go back to him, that's assuading his fear of loss. Whether that means anything to Bruce or you, that's on you, but there's my 2 cents on the matter. So it's not about society. It's not about the value of being an upper class gentleman. It's about the value he holds himself in thinking that he's never lost anything before.
So Bruce is prey.
In a sense. Not prey in the sense of killing, but in the prey in the sense of,
Rewards?
I'm not even sure to say ownership. I guess in the sense of pride.
Ownership's probably a good description. He was mocked for not being able to control his family.
Here's the thing, though. There was a period of time for a decade before you left where he still had you in the home. Or am I correct? Again, stop me if I'm wrong in what I'm going to go for here. During that decade, I imagine, again, this is just me, even when he had you, and I don't know really much about your other family besides even him, but I imagine things weren't easy even on him. I imagine he was still getting mocked. Oh, look at that guy. He had his green son. Look at this guy. You know, he lives somewhere. So, knowing that, he still had that pride in the sense of, I do have this. You're goddamn right I do. The moment you left, his pride was taken away. Now, whether that's a good thing or not, that's up to you. But I think playing into this, you're just giving him back his pride, not even his place in society. I think if he can burn society for the satisfaction of knowing I'm a man who can hold on to what he has, I think he would. So I think we're placing too much value on the society place, if that makes sense.
As far as I'm
I think
concerned,
he's already blamed you for what he lost, Bruce. He can't get it back. He thinks he's kind of getting it back, but he doesn't know what family is.
he thinks I'm a sickness. Says he's gonna cure me.
You do with that information what you will. I've given my 2 cents as another hunter.
Well, the fact is, he shouldn't be looking at his son as prey, as something to be hunted, as something to be controlled, as something to be used. He should have been his son. He should have been a father. And he wasn't. He was given some sob story. He was broken after our mum died. You know what? I think he was. I agree. I lost her too. And he was the parent in this relationship. He should have been there for Bruce. He wasn't. He fobbed him off on his butler Alfred. He fobbed him off on his tutor, Prof. Grimbeard. That's how I can speak Dwarven, by the way. And he disliked him. His exact words, I quote. And when Bruce made his first friend in God knows how long after his mum died, you know that bear spirit that appears when I go into battle rage?
Mm-hmm.
That's her. That's Steel. Funny thing is, I don't really know why she took a shine to old Brucey boy. I suspect that she lost her cubs recently. But Bruce took her home, and Darren put a crossbow bolt right through her neck. Unseemly for a gentleman to invite a beast like that into your lands. And that's when I popped up. That's where I came from that. So now, Darren Lockwood can go to hell, but not my decision. Bruce will make the decision. I hope he'll make the right one. The fact is, he wasn't a father when it counted, and I don't think I should be a son when it counts for him. Everything's always been on his terms. Now, you want Bruce's opinion? Fine. I'll get a cup of tea right now. I'll swallow a bit, bring him back out, or you can wait till tomorrow.
I mean, he can hear you, right? Can you hear him? Is he saying anything?
I need to concentrate a bit. It's not like I can just have a conversation with him and then you. It's well, it just got started becoming a system, if you know what I mean.
Oh,
Much easier if he's just out.
I guess we'll just stay here and feel free to take the floor whenever you want. You know, I'll keep an eye on things if you want to take a second.
Right, fine. He downs his stein, what's left of it, just pops it down on the table. Aki, good to see you again, pal. Excuse me, cup of tea.
After a few moments, tea arrives. Sits on the table.
To be honest, kind of glad to be going back for a bit. Just hurts being out. And his eyes kind of glaze over a bit. And, oh, he hasn't had a cup of tea. That's rather good, actually.
Hi, Bruce.
Hello, friends.
Hello.
So I'm assuming you're all up to speed on the letter. This.
Yeah,
For you?
you need some like family therapy. That's all I'm gonna say.
Aki clips him up the back of the head.
I mean,
Time and a place, man.
it's just
Well,
inaccurate.
It's see.
But you can hit him again if you want, Aki.
Having no family is a little bit easier.
I mean, mine always loved me. I don't know what any of this is like. My dad always made it clear that I was part of his pride, and my dad was always the type to willingly shout to the literal heavens if he wanted to that, yes, this is my son. So I can
Well-
try my best to relate, but
Ruin,
Maybe
that's
you're-
just nothing to lose. Well, if you have nothing to lose, you have to start with nothing.
I've lost quite a bit recently, but listen,
You're here now.
yeah, and Errol, don't you think maybe God, maybe I've been around you guys for too long. Do you
Mhm.
think you're projecting your dad onto Bruce's dad? Maybe his dad really is just a jerk. Maybe you're trying to
possible.
defend a man you haven't met.
Well,
It's entirely possible. Don't get me wrong, but
truth is,
Everybody has their lines.
You asked Bruce for his opinion, and
here I am. But
yeah,
Bruce is not inaccurate, although I think his anger does kind of colour his opinions. I need to be honest with you all. My father has offered me everything I'd hoped for from him, if I'm being honest. All I ever wanted was to be accepted by him, not to be the disappointment he always viewed me as.
do you love him?
I believe so. Although
No, it's a yes or no question. Not
I-
any sort of
I-
color or any sort of flowery language. It's a yes
I
or no.
I don't know, then, if you must be truthfully honest, because I've never been certain that he loves me. I think he does.
Well, that answers the
This
second question,
feel-
in which case, why would you consider it then? A parent should make it clear, just like a kid makes it clear. You know,
does this feel
that's
like
not something you
acceptance?
debate about.
Bruce kind of looks at his feet at that. It's just everything I ever wanted. He says that quite quietly.
Well, you wanted acceptance. Does this feel that way?
I don't know.
Do you know what's going to happen if you go back?
I assume he would want me to resume my duties as the heir to House Lockwood.
Did he even
So-
ask if you were okay since you've been gone?
No.
Well, apparently he's been following us.
Yes,
Wait. Let me get this straight. He's been following you guys for
He
a
said
while?
people do that. Oh, did Aki did what? When did he mention how long? Been
Well, he went back past Westgate, so at least a year. He's not exactly where we were.
mm.
And he hasn't come forward in that time, Bruce.
No. No, he hasn't. Perhaps he didn't know how.
This honestly, sorry, this seems odd to me. I mean, it sounds to me reading this, you're just going to be locked away in a castle. Is that what you want?
I hope he would allow me to do some things out with my duties.
You wouldn't
Bruce,
be with us anymore.
you're approaching this like a contract, which is what it is. He's your father. You know, it should be clear that this shouldn't be this kind of broody kind of reunion that so far it's sounding like it's becoming. It should be, Dad, I'm happy to see you again. It's been too long. Or, hey, kiddo, you know, I'm so glad you're still safe, you know, and I've wanted you to come home. That then you could be part of my flock again, and I can be around you. You know, that's what a dad does. That's how a parent should be. You don't
No,
need, and I'll point to the contract, this to get your kids to come home. You shouldn't.
Really,
I left it.
really quick, if it's okay. Could I cast detect thoughts on Bruce? I just want to see how he's feeling.
You cast
Like,
detect thoughts.
If he's holding back thoughts or anything.
I'm okay with that. On you go.
Yeah.
So what happens here?
Surface thoughts. So what are your surface thoughts at the moment?
You're getting a great deal of confusion and like this is. I think this is everything I wanted. I'm sure I thought it would be. I thought it would feel different, but I have responsibilities. There are things I
Bruce.
still need to do. That's the thoughts you're picking up from.
You probe deeper.
Bruce.
I
Can I
will
ask-
definitely probe deeper. I want more.
Wisdom
And I guess
saving
while he's
throws,
probing, I'll
right?
be having a conversation with him.
Go for it. Fire away while I'm looking for the wisdom save button.
Yeah. Bruce, when you left, forget aside the family name, forget all that. Did you feel loved? That's my question.
No. That's why I left. I think I do believe he. I am going to spend inspiration point, by the way, because I'd like a better one.
Yeah, he
Okay.
resists.
Right. When you zip in, you think like you're in that space, like right, I'm in his head now, and you feel like a tap on your shoulder. You turn around, and you see what looks like Bruce, and then it's just like, and then you hear the voice, "You don't belong here. Fuck off."
Oh,
And then behind him, you see this sort of spectral image of a bear just kind of.
I'll just zap out before the bear gets.
Does
You okay, Bruce?
Ruin? Was that you?
I thought you were holding back.
Ruin, we're friends here. You're supposed to ask, hey, there's something on your mind, and trust that they'll tell you.
What?
We're gonna talk about that later. Anyway, Bruce,
I'm off to bed. Bruce,
is that?
acceptance without love means nothing. If there's no love, then there is no grand acceptance or grand gesture, whatever it is that you're wanting to look for here. So if the answer to those questions are no or even doubt, I don't see what the benefit here is here for you.
Errol, you must understand. Amongst noble families, appearances are everything. You need to be hard to read. You need to.
I mean,
keep things close
fuck
to your chest.
nobility. I've lived in the harshest of woods where you had to demonstrate your power to wild creatures. My
It's
dad
not the
practically
Errol,
did.
it is not the same thing. You're dealing with people with knives behind their backs. You're not dealing with beasts who come at you openly and honestly. I've
Is that
lived
what your father
many
is? Just someone who has a knife behind his back while talking to you?
He has
To
had
you?
to be. No.
Why?
He's never been violent to me.
I don't mean that literally. I mean, you should be able to at least trust the person who raised you in this world, who brought you up. That's something that's understood everywhere in all the cosmos I've traveled to.
I don't know if I can make you understand. But I've been as honest as I can. I have been absolutely honest with you all. I'm conflicted. I can feel Bruce in the back of my head, nudging me, saying, "What are you doing? Don't do that, you fool, you dumb bastard." It's more of a feeling, I suppose, but This is a decision I need to make. I left for a reason. And now it's.
You know what? I'll drop the matter, but just do what's best for you and not for what's best for someone else. Whatever decision you make. I mean, we're friends, so I'll just be like, sure, good luck and have a good time, but just think about what it means to feel love, to actually have love, and whether that's something that you would even have with
Nobles,
with Lord Lockwood.
nobles are bound by their responsibilities, Harold. The chances of marrying for love is usually a pipe dream for many.
I'm not even talking about romantic
And
love. I'm talking
I
about
understand-
trust.
I'm trying to get that across. And sometimes you cannot. Your life is not your own. You have responsibilities to your house and to the furtherment of its legacy. But yes, as I said, as I do at least partially agree, I am conflicted. I don't know what else I can tell you all. I have a decision to make by the end of the auction tomorrow.
I'm sure you'll make the right call, but you should probably at least consider what we've said.
I will. I do trust your views.
Aki, as you hold there and begin inspecting the letter itself, you notice that it is well written and not rushed. The handwriting, or the writing and the penwork is calligraphy. Yes, it's top notch. You know, probably very, very what a noble would write, and from this you can ascertain the folds of the paper as well. It's been creased and folded for a long time. Something probably he may have been keeping to himself for a long time, on himself.
Okay. This was not written yesterday, Bruce, and it was not written after this. Look how worn it seems, as fine as it is.
Bruce
It
will
almost
inspect it.
it's been opened and closed, and he's been traveling with this. He made this decision a while ago, but he never came to you, and he knew where you were. Where we all were. He's waited until you happened into an occasion where he was, and he's not had the strength to face you or the courage to.
Wait. Uh-oh. Aki, do you think he waited until what happened in Merrin?
No, I think he's a coward, Bruce. And I think many of the things he may have told you, you would absolutely believe if he told you them. I came looking for you. I knew who you were the whole time. I paid people off. We didn't question that. And he was looking to the butler every time he said something like that. As if it wasn't him, it was Alfred. Or they were agreed on a story or something.
Bruce kind of looks visibly paler at that idea. Oh.
Are you sure it's curious that this would be an old letter, and you would both just happen to be here?
Yes. I need to. Where's Bepondius's letter? There it is. Yes. Good night, everybody. You'll stand up and you'll walk. Above game, Mo, he's going to find Alfred to pass on this letter, as well as to maybe ask a question. if it's at all possible. He just kind of gets up and walks quite suddenly. So if anyone follows, that's fine. But he's walking in the direction where those rooms are.
I'm just gonna. Is it okay for a stealth roll? I do want to check on him, but
Yeah.
not have anyone
Honestly,
know that I'm going.
you do you. I'm not fussed. He's just up
Oh.
walking.
Okay.
If you stand up from the table, do we all not notice, or is it just Bruce that doesn't notice?
I mean,
I mean, I'm gonna walk off, and then at some point change of direction. Now, then I can actually keep up with where he's going.
okay. I mean, the people are well. The people on the table will see you walking. I don't know, somewhere before you disappear.
Sure.
We don't know if you're. Maybe what I'd say is, perhaps you stand up and you walk on the room while you guys are still having conversation. And then you can make your stealth check to see if you can slip away from unnoticed from the party and continue your follow Bruce.
Would that be okay with everyone? I'm gonna ask all of you guys. Yep.
Mhm.
Okay. That is terrible. I don't have inspiration, so I'll just take the 17.
Who has a passive perception of 17 and above?
It is less than 17.
Everyone has less than 17, I believe.
16,
We
yep.
discussed 16, 3 people have 16, I believe, right?
Okay.
Mhm.
Well, somehow you notice you're there in mid conversation, and as you do, you slip away, and you slowly see Bruce ascending towards the stairs. Goes to the second floor. Bruce, you get stopped by the guards, and you explain to them that you want to speak to Alfred. One of the guards kind of goes inside, and after a few moments, he comes out into space and he says to let you in. And as that happens, the guards let him pass. And Errol, at this point, you see that happening as well. The butler comes out, takes him inside. Past those two guards. What do you do?
I'm just gonna head to my own room.
All right. And as you head back down those two stairs, Master Bruce, I was not expecting to see you until tomorrow.
Yes, I I forgot. This letter, and he passes it, the Bepondius Lumar's letter to Alfred. Lord Bepondius would like to establish relations with House Lockwood.
Would you not want to give this to your...
No,
To-
no, Alfred. No, I do not. Not now. Please just pass it on. I do have a question for you, Alfred, and I am begging you. Answer me honestly.
Of course, Master Bruce.
Was everything Father said in the study true? Every word. I am begging you. Please tell me honestly.
See him kind of look down for a moment and then... It is true, Master Bruce. The was a broken man once you left. I do not wish to tell you the details of the stages of what he went through, but it was just very hard to see. I even suggested for myself to go searching for you after he returned, but all he said, I need to focus, I just need to get back what I have lost. That's all he said. And then after that he started writing and working day and night, sleepless nights from time to time, and Master Bruce, if I may speak openly.
I'm not your master. I'm not your master, Alfred. Not when I was a child, and certainly not now. Of course.
your father is clearly not a man who can express his feelings. But through the years that I have served him, it is something that although losing your mother was heartbreaking for him, you running away shattered his heart. Probably that is when he realized that he pushed you away, and the things he said into the room. And you see him kind of struggling to tell you something, and he's refraining from
Alfred.
telling.
Speak freely. Would it benefit you to know I'm ordering you to speak freely, even though they mean nothing?
Make a persuasion check.
My God, here we go. I want to make an insight at some point as well. Just waiting for the right moment. Persuasion. $10.
He goes, it is not for me to say. I'm sorry, my lord. Master, I'm sorry, I cannot
Please.
say.
For the love of all that's good, please just call me Bruce.
I'm sorry, I cannot, Master Bruce.
Okay. Can I insight what he was saying about?
Make it with advantage.
Can I?
He's yeah.
Oh, insight with advantage. I bet I'll get a double nat one. Oh, okay
Oh,
then.
pretty good.
Very close to natural. Very close. Very close.
Very close. Everything he's telling you is the truth, and you've known. Although he is not, Alfred is not a father to you or something like that. When you were there, he saw to everything that you needed, and always wanted you to do your best. Your mentor,
He was more like a dad than his actual father was, basically.
To an extent, yes.
I see. You know something, Alfred? You were more, in many ways, you were more a father to me than he was.
Please,
and
do not say
let
that.
me finish. Please let me finish. And I never thanked you. Thank you for everything. For being there. For being there.
He kind of just nods, doesn't say anything.
Right.
Are you sure you do not want to give this yourself to him?
No. I'll speak to him tomorrow, after the auction. You'll have my answer then.
Very well. Make a fate roll, but with disadvantage.
Okay.
Disadvantage. How does that
high.
even?
I'll roll high. Oh, wrong one. Hang
But
on.
take the one on the right. Or
Oh, that was a high and a roll. Low. Wait, how am I gonna work this out?
I don't know. How are we?
Like,
I mean-
he can succeed if he rolls low and high. I believe you should make it if you had to roll 2 high rolls. That's like
Yeah,
the maths
yeah.
that will make
Okay,
it
well,
correct.
I like that.
I
I
did
like
not.
that.
I did not. So.
Okay. All right. And you give him the letter. He goes back into the room, and yeah, you are led back out through the doors where the guards are.
He'll return to his room, and he'll think.
No, just go to Yagu's room. I realized I said my room. I meant to go to Yagu's room because of the bed.
Okay.
Didn't want to bump into the feminine.
No worries. All right. Well, the rest of you four still at the bar.
Aki will stay in the bar about as late as they can, drinking the weirdest thing they serve that he hasn't seen before, playing the sham to whoever's left.
Okay. The bar
Jaco
doesn't.
also would have ordered 2 bottles of wine if he could.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's
Oh.
possible.
it is
2
delivered
bottles
to
of
you.
wine.
Delivered to you right there.
I'll also grab a bottle, but I think I'm gonna head up.
Okay.
Oh, wait.
Um,
Sticky, before you go, I was meant to ask you something.
Sure.
As you know, I might be in a rough spot right now. I can't openly commune with Eldad at the moment, so... And you said you were a fortune teller before. I think you are the closest thing I can get to find the meaning of my destiny at the moment, because I don't want to make another mistake again, so I prefer to have your insight if you don't mind.
Well, we can try. I will be honest. I've never
all I
properly
want.
used.
Oh.
I've never properly used these cards. Like they are Vasani. They are genuine. I know that, and they do have some ties to fate. However, okay, I'm gonna tell something, and Aki's gonna be mad, so I'm gonna probably run after this very quickly. The first time I used these cards on everyone, I was kind of bullshitting them. I saw how they looked and was like, these cards will screw with them. That's kind of my whole deal. I was screwing with Aki and Bruce when I first met them. But
You hear a voice in your head once more, like as usual, as you will be expecting it. What are you doing? What are you doing? Stop that right now.
I'm honestly telling them the truth. Like the cards are working. Like I know, I just don't know how to properly actually use them.
But you know I can help you. Once per day, you can at least tell them the truth if you want.
Oh,
We've done it before.
I'll do it for him. However, I'm just explaining the situation. But anyway, go back to it.
You're talking to your voice in your head again?
I think that was meant to be a private conversation, just in my own head.
Oh,
Sorry,
okay.
Mental.
Sorry.
If you go, if you go quiet, Aki's going to cast sending and to see if you can hear it just to join in. Again, I need a bit of copper wire, which is rolled around one finger like the shittest ring ever. He just leans in, talks into his fist, so people can't see it. You want to give Aki something delicious that you have with you.
Wait, that's what you're doing?
That's not me.
What?
It's not me.
Is someone else? Is this Ruin?
Huh?
Wait, is someone else?
What?
How many people can get on this line? Also, what's a line?
Telepathically, I'm gonna tell Ruin,
Line.
you're fucking off your rocker tonight.
I'm taking this bottle of scotch and leaving. Yadu, we can start this later. Aki. Here, and I'll chuck him I don't know, some form of food I have, like a ration. Why did I do that? Why did I... Anyway,
Thank you.
I can try my best. However, not all that good with this stuff, but I've done work with it. It's just pretty much barring like a couple of occasions, I've kind of just been bullshitting my way through life. But I can try my best for you. I just don't.
Yeah, trying doesn't hurt, right? So
No,
I
it
would
doesn't.
love to, because I really regret my decision so far. So I don't want to screw it up again. If you understand.
I'm sure there's something we can do. I mean, maybe one day when we're both strong enough, we could even just commune with the gods anyway. But that's not for today. But I can honestly try.
Do you want to?
Yes, but I don't think tonight. I whenever after, if that's okay with you, maybe tomorrow.
I'm not sure if we have enough time because honestly, that sword that we have talked about, it's really calling to me the image of it, and I think I know how to get to it, but I'm not sure if Eldot is happy with my decision if I would do so. That's more of the thing I'm curious about. If my decisions are on the right track of what she had in mind.
I can. Okay, let's see if I can do something quickly. And I'll take out the cards, and I'm gonna ask. Well, I'm just gonna kind of ask: is there any way to really help Yadu?
If you're expecting my help, I'm not helping you for him. I'm helping you for later to get the amulet for the reading with the UNT. Just letting you know now.
Yeah. In that case, I think I'm just gonna. I think I'm just gonna draw a blank card, not even realizing it. That's weird. This. I'll show him. This is just a blank card. There shouldn't be blank cards in here. I don't. I don't think this is. I'm sorry, Yago. I don't think this is working. I'm
As you
trying
actually,
to.
as you look at the card, Yagu, it's actually blank, for real.
You said this shouldn't be possible because why?
Well, I know every card in here. I've, a good way of being a con man is to remember and make sure you know your story. And well, there shouldn't be blank cards because there's obviously a deck of cards that are meant to show things, and it's not showing anything. Whatever is going on with you, I don't think I'm meant to intervene.
Well, that must mean it's a good thing, because if Eldot wanted to intervene with this, that means that she doesn't mind, I assume.
Honestly, I'm not a religious man. This is your path.
I see it as a good thing. I think I know what I should do right now.
I'm glad you see it as that.
Thank you, Ziggy.
Honestly, I don't know what I did, and I don't think I did anything, but I'm glad it helped.
It certainly did. I think I know what I should do right now. And Joku wants to look around. Are the Juwanji twins even in this room right now, or are they somewhere gone?
It's pretty late. I was gonna kind of drop in.
Ziggy, just one last
Yes.
thing. That blank card that you take, as you look at it yourself, you see in there the beast card. And you know that means something bestial or malevolent is hiding in plain sight and lurking below the surface. And you hear in your mind again, you should let him sort this out. This is not your thing.
I'll keep that in my head and just say, yeah, I think I'm going to. This is a rabbit hole. I've seen what happens if we when. We can't leave him like this though. We have to come back to it at least tomorrow.
Okay, maybe tomorrow.
Maybe. Anyway, I think with that, I'm gonna head out if there's anything else.
Alright. As you make your way upstairs, the rest of you at the table, is there anything else you want to do? Before I shift
I know,
the
just
table?
sit and play the shaman, doodle a bit, and kind of wear the evening away. See if any of the people that we've been trying to ward off buying the book around, or are they all gone?
You don't see any of them as you kind of stay for the night and drink away. There's no last call as well, so you just sit there drinking, receiving whatever food you want as well, and they bring it to you. Yagu and Ruin, anything from you two? Additional stuff?
Jogu would go to Bruce's door and knock on it, but we can do that after. After.
Okay. And what about you, Ruin?
If no one else is there at the table, I'll assume I've had at least 2 or 3 drinks, so I'm feeling kind of buzzed. So I'm just gonna start playing with the choker, the pendant, and just. Are you guys in there? Could really use some help. Hello.
A response?
Never there when you need them. Always there when you don't. Guess there's nothing else to do. I'm gonna look at Aki and think fast, and I'm gonna throw whatever pastry I had left on my plate at him.
Catch it in his mouth, no hands.
Big mouth, so yeah.
While I'm walking away, though, just really quick. No, you know what? No, I'm not gonna. I don't wanna.
Sure.
I assume there's still a lot of people around. Is there a lot of people around?
Where, at the bar?
Yeah.
People come and then they go. The servants are obviously around.
But magic definitely works in this room for as far as I could tell.
Mhm.
I'll just go off to my room and keep all along the way just trying to shout at the necklace. Y'all need to wake up. Come on. Just all the way to my. I'm just gonna float away.
Alright. As you fly to your room, trying to call upon your patrons, they do not respond. You get to your room and you go in, and as this is all happening, Ziggy, you with a bottle of wine in hand, you begin making your way up to the second floor.
Yes.
Okay. And as you make your way towards the second floor, there are 2 guards there.
Well, kind of show the pass I've got and just kind of, not nonchalantly just walk past, just hoping that's enough.
It's the second door to the left.
Thank you.
And as you come to the door itself, it is almost like a double door, not as huge as what you saw before, but there is kind of like this Arabian calligraphy in front of the door itself. And as you kind of look down, you see underneath, and it looks like sand.
I don't like sand. Sorry, that was Luke there. That wasn't Ziggy. Oh, by the way, I did send you guys something that may ruin what's going to happen, but I'm just gonna kind of knock on.
Okay. Are you entering into the room? Are you knocking? What are you doing?
I'm just gonna. I'm just gonna knock on the door. Why not?
Okay. Tick, 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 tick. For a moment, you don't hear anything until you see some of the sand shuffle and a shadow underneath as the door opens, and there, standing in front of you, is a almost 7 foot tall humanoid, face covered, eyes that look like piercing blue and a shimmering to the skin. They're all wearing like a turban, white turban, standing tall there, and they just kind of look at you and they say, "Have you got the wrong door?"
No, I'm the fortune teller. I'm here to speak to Una.
He kind of looks back. Send him in. It is okay. And as you enter the door, there in front of you, you see a room filled with sand, and on the top there are drapes that are. I'm trying to find the nice music, but I can't anywhere. I don't know, Cisco, put something on.
Yeah,
If you could find something
you're
nice.
hearing music probably.
Ta-da! Yeah, it's a very you do smell, you do have this very strong kind of Arabian oud smell that's kind of wafting the room as well. There are drapes of silk or transparent material that kind of go around the room. And in the center of this room there is a maybe uh, a king or a queen size basket in the middle of the room. And in there, you can actually see, just kind of peeking over, is Yuna. You don't see Kai at the moment. You see this very gentle kind of smile for a moment before it goes back to the kind of straight face.
Mhm.
I promise you a card reading, and I don't like to leave promises undone. I also brought wine.
She looks at you. Come. She gestures towards you.
Yeah, so I'm just very awkward. That's just a Luke thing. I'm just gonna. I assume there's like a table where I can lay the cards down.
As you enter into the basket, there you see coiled up Kai, kind of reading a book on the other side of this kind of basket. The basket inside is also filled with this kind of soft sand as well. And now that you can see them in their full extent, the bottom half of both of them are these long tails, and at the end you see a rattle. And you kind of climb inside. There is no table inside here, but the floor is flat enough for you to place your cards down.
This is this is a nicely decorated room. There's
We try
a lot of sand
to
though.
keep it to stuff that we feel comfortable. Isn't that right, brother? He kind of looks towards his sister and then looks towards you and then goes back to reading.
Oh, you're both here. Okay. Well, interesting. Well, we'll just have to be quick then. Should we start with the drinks, or should we just get to the reading?
She kind of starts slithering a little closer towards you and she says, "You don't have to be quick."
Honestly, he's getting a bit nervous. This, and I was like, sure. Well, we'll see what happens, and I'll start taking the cards out and shuffling. I want to, while this is happening, I want to, as subtly as I can, cast prestidigitation and maybe snuff out a candle or two, and try and then play it off as if I didn't cause it, basically.
Okay. Precipitation has somatic components.
Somatic and verbal.
Alright. Verbal we can play off that you just mumble something. Somatic, give me a sleight of hand.
Okay. This was my plan.
Okay.
I'm gonna burn an inspiration on that,
Okay.
because that is shit.
Alright.
Dirty 20.
Okay. What do you do? What is it that you're doing now?
I'm just like, while I'm shuffling, I'm just kind of spinning some of the cards around. Like, have you seen like the mad have you seen like Dynamo, the street magician, how he like weirdly shuffles cards and it's like doing that, and then I'm just kind of getting maybe a heavier grip on one of the cards, and it's just going to cause the magical effect to happen. And while that does happen, I just kind of want to take a slight pause and see if I noticed it, but I'm going to try and play it off as if that shouldn't have happened.
You hear someone tutting to what just transpired, and Kai kind of flicks his fingers, and you see the tall person comes next to Kai, brings a candle, sets it, and lights it, and then Kai kind of continues to read. But it is now even darker in this room, and Yuna, there is also, you see Yuna also get another torch and kind of light it, and you see kind of just her silhouette now. This is very interesting, very mysterious, don't you think, brother? There's no response from him now.
I'm sorry, are you having trouble with your candles? That's very odd.
Are you saying you
Maybe
did
you
not
need
do
that.
this?
No. What was I doing? I was just shuffling cards.
What does this mean?
I don't know. Maybe this will be a good reading.
She waits in anticipation.
Okay. So, I don't know. Do you know much of the Vistani? I'll take silence as a no, but these cards are from them. They were once some will say still are. They were quite a powerful race of mages and magicians who could intrinsically change fate, specifically with how they would tell fortunes. And this is something I've honestly been enamoured by for years and have taken a fascination with. Something I've come to figure out how they do it, and I'd like to think I can maybe interact with fate, as I'd put it.
You hear Kai say, "We're happy with our fate. You better not change it."
Oh, how could these? I'm not changing fate necessarily, but I'm making it more apparent. If you'd wish to join us, maybe we can see the fate of both of you.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay, let's see if this plus 11 will help.
Whoa.
29.
Whoa!
Nice.
He kind of looks at his book, looks at you. Very well. Closes the book, puts it down, and you see him kind of slither across and kind of sits right next to his... Actually, he sits in between you and his sister.
Well, should we start? And I'll draw my first card. This card will pertain to your past, something you should already quite know, and it'll be the Conjurer card. And well, I'll show it to them and just kind of say, Conjurer, great mages it's quite a powerful skill to make stuff from thin air using magic. This is obviously very clearly you've built something quite brilliant with your lives, haven't you? You've done great work. Obviously, you've built from the ground up, right?
Yuna and Kai both look at each other and then look back at you. Kai says, "You could say we've done great work."
Well, okay then.
The mass will say, "Do you need help?"
Maybe. I was kind of expecting to just be the one that's actually interested in me.
Okay, I mean, if you want to ask a direct question, I can help you. I can tell them what it means without pulling a card, and you can say a speech. Or if you want, I can refresh your memory with the cards mean. I think I remember. I made a few notes, but
I think I'm okay at the minute. I'll
okay.
just,
Let me know.
actually. Do you get a read on this, brother? Do you think the traitor card will raise an eyelid on him?
I think that might be a bit risky, though. He might. I think he really doesn't like us.
Are you okay?
Uh-huh.
Says Yuna. You've stopped talking.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I'm feeling the connection with the spirits. And how far? At which point are you going to make a roll deception check? By the way, because I'm just spiraling.
Oh, don't worry.
I,
It's gone.
I didn't plan as well as I was going to. Right. Well, sorry. I'll get back to it. I'll continue to shuffle the cards again, and this next card will be about the present, what is currently happening, and it will be the artifact card. Clearly, this means this is today, the auction. This is all about you've seen something. There's something valuable, something in the present. There's something valuable going on. There's a valuable vibe around. The spirits want you to know that. Maybe it's something you were planning on buying today or tomorrow. I mean, maybe even next few hours.
Yeah, if they obtain it, something good is gonna happen for them. That would be a good thing to say.
It could honestly mean something good's gonna happen. Just being here. Well, that's always fun, isn't it? Any comments?
Kai says, you are stating the obvious. There are items here. We could acquire them all. That is not the issue. I'm more interested about the future. And then Unica's. But there was something here that wasn't present, but it is now, that I wasn't expecting. And she kind of looks at you and she blushes a little bit.
Well, you know, this is always these cards. As I said, they're showing us they're showing us things, something we probably wouldn't notice before. I'd like to think maybe there is. It's all a matter of perspective. But if we want to move on to the future, we can do that if you want. And as that's happening, I'd like to try and subtly cast another spell. Well, cast Prestidigitation again.
Okay. Just make another sleight of hand.
Yeah.
Okay.
Would you allow Matt to give in advantage?
Please.
Sure.
Please. 19.
Okay.
Yeah, come on.
Let me
Oh
just...
god. I want to subtly, as I draw this last card, cause a little shock between me and the deck as I grab the card.
Okay, so it just kind of scatters?
Yeah, and I'm just going to kind of play it off as if that was not meant to happen again.
Did you see that, brother? He certainly has some connection with the card.
Is this something you guys are doing? This is... I'll be honest, I don't usually get attacked by my cards. Is this something you guys are doing?
Make a deception check now.
That's pretty fucking good, I think.
That's pretty
Honestly, like... Shit. 13.
Okay.
It's not going well. It's fine.
Okay. No, it is
Okay.
not us.
Well, I mean... Maybe it's these. Maybe it's the cards that are doing this. Maybe... Are you sure you want to learn about your future? Do you want to pay that price? Knowledge can be a dreadful, dreadful curse. Do you want to? And I'll hand the top card and just say, "Go on, draw it."
You
And
see,
I'll hand it to the brother.
as Kai reaches for it, the sister just grabs it very, very quickly, and she kind of holds it to her chest before kind of looking at it. Kai
Well,
kind of side eyes her and looks towards her. What does she say?
for reference, it is the card known as the Traitor. And
What is this? What does this mean?
what does it say? I can't see through cards.
And she passes it back to you.
I'll, knowing that it's been planted there and knowing exactly what card it is, I'll just kind of try my best shot to look and say, "You, this is worrying. You two don't. Have you two been struggling recently with your relationship? I don't want to pry too much, but have you?
Yuna and Kai look to each other.
Is there something wrong that maybe we can talk about?"
Kai looks back to you and says, "Are you a fortune teller or a therapist?"
Well, I mean, we can. Can't we be both?
Yeah, Kai kind of slithers away. I'm done with this. That was a joke. Yuna
Really?
kind of just goes, shuffles in.
So,
There has been moments where my brother has disagreed with me and not listened to me.
really, honestly, but this. I've only ever drawn this card on rare occasions. Usually, at the shop I run. Usually, when I don't know, a man's trying to prove to his wife he's not cheating, or maybe some other. Are you seriously sure there's not something going on?
Make a
'Cause,
persuasion
I
check,
mean,
but with disadvantage, though.
disadvantage?
Yeah.
Okay. 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 14.
She says to you, "My brother and I, we have disagreements all the time. I trust him with my life. However,
And
recently we did have some servants back home that were stealing from us. We chopped their hands off because of doing so."
awful. And good on you. It seems like a.
Perhaps there are many more. Brother, we should investigate all the servants in our palace.
I'm just telling you what the cards are saying, and this traitor card worries me. You seem like great people. Well, you do at least, Una. You do. And while we're doing this, I think I'll be making sure people are drinking while this is happening. I'll stay sober, but let's make sure people are drinking
You
while
see
this is all going on.
Yuna is drinking, yeah. The tall well, he's celestial anyway. The celestial man, he's actually just standing in the corner, folded, and just kind of observing from a distance. Make a perception check, actually.
Perception.
Yeah,
Okay.
towards him.
Okay. Oh, that's not a good. Oh no, that's a really bad roll.
Okay. No, you just see him kind of standing there, wrapped up in his
Yeah.
kind of robes and cloaks. And at this
I
point,
mean,
you begin to feel something kind of around your waist. Her hands are there.
Come on, wait. I have to stay focused here. We can't be doing this right now, can we?
I mean, she looks towards her brother, and then Kaya's like, ugh, and kind of starts slithering out of the basket, and there's a side chamber where you see him kind of slither into the room, and as he does, he clicks his finger, and then that person kind of stands and leaves the room as well, and there you are left with just you and Yuna.
I'm kind of glad he's gone because I'll say I don't know about you, but I don't think your brother likes me all that much.
He doesn't like you.
That's well. Good to know I'm quite perceptive in my old age.
Old age? How old are you?
Oh well, it was more of a joke. I'm in my 30s, but it feels it, doesn't it?
Mm. She runs her hands across your face.
I just realised I haven't even properly introduced myself, have I?
There's no
I've
need. You see her kind of getting close, and you can feel the kind of tongue just come out and just kind of against your ear a little bit.
Maz is very much squeamish at this point. Well, I still think we should talk about this. This traitor card, it's worrying. I mean, did this has there been? You said problems with your brother. Did this mean something?
She just
That
she grabs the cards and she throws them away.
well, I mean, I think we've been drinking a lot, haven't we?
Not enough. She gets a
Well,
glass. She just kind of downs it, then puts it back.
I'll fill it back up. Drink some more.
She begins kind of closing in. You feel the tail kind of wrapping around you as well. And then she says, "Can you change your eye color?"
Or just give up, Maz.
Run.
Oh, I see how
Do
this
it.
is.
Do it.
You just want to say you've been with a changeling. I see how this is. No, I am better than that. You just think we're all shallow, don't you?
Make
Nope.
a.
You,
Oh,
you've hurt my honour. I was being a kind gentleman. I was doing a reading free of charge. What? Were you going to use me?
I dare you to turn into a UNT right now.
Do it.
You hear
Nope.
your head.
Not doing that. What did you want me to roll, Mel?
insight check.
Insight check. Just an insight check.
Yeah.
It's forgotten why he's there.
Yes, 7.
You look, and when you say that, you see her expression from the kind of almost, from her kind of monotone state where you raised her hopes a little higher, go back to that kind of monotone state, and her eyebrows frown a little. You see the tail unravel around you, and then she just says, "Well, you are a disappointment." And she begins
Ah,
to kind of slither away, and
I'm. I don't think I'm the problem here. I think you.
she clicks her fingers
You're
while you
doing that.
keep talking.
Honestly, you should probably apologise, but I will say, this was just meant to be a card reading. I'm sorry if I made you. I didn't plan to. I didn't. I didn't want to push that on you. That was not my intention. But I will say,
As you
I'd be worried about your brother,
as
and
you
I'll walk off.
as you are talking, you feel a hand on your shoulder, and from behind you, you see the tall celestial being out of nowhere just appear, and then I think it is time for you to leave.
It's fine. I'll leave. I know when I'm not welcome.
And as you are escorted out of the room, the door behind you closes, and you now stand there, sand in your shoes.
You fucked it up. I'm not talking to
Uh,
you ever.
the plan was to fuck it up. Just not. I'm not. Leave it.
And as
I just wanted. I wanted to plant the seed of doubt. Hopefully, it's still there.
and as you begin to walk away, shaking the sand out of your boots and heading down, and the rest of you plan to sleep, we will take a quick break and continue the adventure once we come back and see what happens in the auction tomorrow. So stay tuned. We will be back in a short while. See you in a bit.
You're a character.
Boy.
Right, we are back. Thank you for waiting patiently for a little break, and we'll jump straight back in just before the night is over. Um, Bruce, you hear a knock on your door. Knock, knock, knock.
It's open. Who is it?
Nope.
I will open the door.
The other Yuan-Ti.
Oh, bugger! oh, bugger!
I'm sorry.
That's awesome. Joko will open the door very slightly and be like, "Can I come in? I
Oh,
brought a
Yagu.
little thing," and I show him the bottle of wine I got from the bar.
Oh, Yagu. Of course. Oh, please come in. To have a seat.
Will enter and close the door. Sit next to Bruce, and I will hand him the bottle of wine.
Oh, thank you.
I think you could use this.
Yes, I probably could. I don't mean to be rude. Is this all you came for? I do appreciate the wine.
I just wanted to talk to you because I've seen the same look in your eyes before with many other orcs, and I think you needed some guidance with the choice you have ahead of you.
You've met many orcs.
Well, like I said before in my lake, I cured many creatures. A lot of orcs came by. I've met a lot of them.
Well, if it makes any difference, I'm actually half orc. Although I do look a lot more orcish than I do human, but I heard that's not uncommon.
Well, all I just wanted to say is that could you sit on the ground with me for a moment, please?
Certainly, certainly. You'll sit down and you'll sort of kneel on the ground like he would whenever he meditates. You'll have seen him most evenings. He sits and meditates for a bit. Okay.
Could you please close your eyes for me?
Very well. He'll close his eyes and hold his hands in front of him.
Okay, try to clear your mind completely if you can.
I'll do my best. There's a few lodges up there.
Which is understandable. But they are in the way for a reason, right?
Yes. Yes, they are.
Can you try to picture yourself in your head for me?
I might find that rather difficult. I've been deeply uncertain of myself recently. I'll try.
Can you please tell me what you see?
My own honest perspective.
Yes?
I see a man who's been thoroughly beaten down these last several weeks. Someone who's probably at his lowest ebb. At least has been for a long time.
And
Someone
what do
who's-
you see around yourself?
I see I'm out in the wilds. But it's peaceful. But I can see I see bodies as well. Presumably
Bodies of
because
who?
there are people who I've come into conflict with. Not had a peaceful time the last 10 years. I often see myself as something of a brute. That's why I've been so baffled why a goddess of hope and light like Saloon pay any interest to me.
Do you regret seeing these bodies, or how do you feel about them?
No. I never started these conflicts. I was forced to defend myself, or a man has to eat. I've never executed anyone, if that's what you mean. I've never murdered. I have killed.
I just want to make clear that the words I'm speaking, I don't particularly mean them. I just want your honest opinion. If you
Would like more.
look at your past, what do you see?
See someone who I see a wanderer. Someone who wished to be accepted for who he was. No questions asked. No conditions. I was looking for something.
And by this time, did you find what you were looking for?
I thought I almost had recently. And don't get me wrong, I value all of you, and even the short time some of us have known each other. And I've also made the truest friend I've made in the last 10 years, who travels with us still. But what I'm referring to, I thought I'd found what I was looking for, and that was snatched from me with the most base betrayal I've ever encountered. I still don't understand how someone could do that to someone who shed blood alongside each other and saved his life all at once. You know who I'm speaking of.
Yeah, I was there. It truly sounds to me that you want to make the past right. Is that correct?
Suppose. I know you can't change the past, but I'd like to make amends, make things right for the future. I don't know how. I don't know what's the right decision. And I have Bruce screaming at me in the back of my head, telling me to do something, and he means well.
Well, it looks to me that you have two paths in front of you. One where you can repair your past, or one where you can create your own destiny. Now, I want to ask you to look inwards in yourself and start asking you the big question of who you are and what you truly want.
I don't know I can answer just yet. At heart, I still wish to find acceptance without condition, without question, not to be condemned for existing.
I don't want to sound harsh, but all those things describe Aki perfectly to me.
Yes, Aki is like a brother to me. Yes,
Can you open your eyes for me?
and he will open them.
Saying this from a person who has never met his own parents, or doesn't even know if his brother or sister are relative to him at all. I've noticed that family isn't what you're born with, but who you stick around with and who you value most. Do you value Aki more than your father?
Yes.
Then why would you choose the pets to reclaim your honor with your father, while you can create your own destiny with Aki at your side?
That is a good future. I wouldn't presume to make decisions for Aki. Though, of course. I suppose I part of I said this to him before. I was always rather envious of Aki. You've seen that smile that plays on his face when he talks about his family. The whole room brightens up. Even when he talks about his brother, Brigger, who he lost in tragic circumstances. The sadness when he talks about him, but so much joy. I was always envious of that. And I didn't want to presume I could just fit in like that. And I also... I don't know.
But I think you can fit in if you would call him your brother right now and he does the same. What's stopping you from becoming true family with him? You don't have to stay to the past. Sometimes you have to innovate and build your own path in order to create the destiny you desire.
Funny you say that. Orcs are not known for innovation. And do you know what my family, the Lockwood family's motto is?
I
Stand
honestly have
firm.
no clue.
Doesn't really leave much room for creative thinking. I think the full, that's one thing my father did teach me. The full line for the motto. When the monsters are at your door, threatening all you held dear, the Lockwoods stand firm. I think it's why my mother and father saw something in each other. Wonderful. My father's as bullheaded as an orc. I
Quite
love
ironic,
that.
isn't it?
Yeah, it seems so. I have a great deal to think about for tomorrow.
I will leave you be. You have a lot to think about.
Yagu, before you go,
Yeah?
thank you, and I want to apologize as well. Before we
Or?
came here, and you were trying to explain to us your counter with Tiamat. I wasn't willing to listen to you. Errol had to browbeat me.
I deserve that. I deserve the
Uh,
consequences of my actions.
I don't think you did, Yagu. I was ready to draw steel on you. You didn't deserve that. I wasn't even prepared to let you finish. And I've seen you fight. You're more than capable of defending yourself, but God forbid if it had gone wrong. That may have been murder on my conscience. And that being said, I don't think that's a foregone conclusion. Like I said, I've seen you fight. I would like to cross you, that's for sure.
Well, those words mean a lot. So, thanks for clearing your mind with me.
Of course.
And as Joko will leave the room, he will leave the second bottle of wine at the door for Bruce.
Oh, ooh. You're far too good to me. And as Yagu leaves, Bruce will sort of. I'm assuming there's a window in his room. And he looks up to where he thinks the moon might be, and he just mutters, Saloon, you have a twisted sense of humor. Taking a broken thing like me, taking interest in a broken thing like me. Right. Nightcap. Bed. And that's me done.
So, assuming Yagu goes to in his room, he's gonna notice Harold laying down and a pillow on the floor where just neatly prepared for him. Hi, Yagu.
Oh, hey, you still awake?
Yeah, it's weird. I can't sleep, but I don't know. I might have been a bit too blunt and harsh with him. I just don't understand why you wouldn't just be able to tell your offspring you love them, or vice versa. You know.
Well, we don't know the full history, and also we've only heard one side, which I believe myself, but it's not our decision, it's Bruce's.
You're right. Well, whether he stays or goes, hopefully when he makes it, I can hopefully have time to explain things to him, because I do feel kind of bad with how we both left that conversation. I was gonna try to talk to him while he was leaving, but I just couldn't think of anything. I followed him through literally 2 goddamn hallways, and I couldn't think of anything. And anyway, thanks for letting me use the bed, though. I really appreciate it.
Ah, no worries. Like I said, I don't need it.
Hopefully the pillow helps. If not, well, you have a pillow.
Is there a carpet in my room or something else that...
There's a laminated like marble floor, but there is a carpet there, yeah.
Oh, Jocko will just lay on the carpet. No, the carpet will do the work, but thanks. Also, why is there a hole in this pillow?
Ah, yeah, that, trying to get into the portal, and, again, I found a way to climb a fence, but, yeah, that was a bit of a failed venture on my part. I guess we'll find out more about it tomorrow. Possibly.
Yeah, we should go back to sleep and see for tomorrow ourselves. We have a busy day tomorrow.
Anyway, good night, Yagu.
Good night.
Daryl's gonna fall asleep.
Alright. As you fall asleep, and there's nothing else that anyone wants to do, the night takes you all, and you sleep for the night until the sun beams through your windows and you have taken a long rest. So any spells that you may have cast come back. Any health points you may have lost for any odd reason come back, and you are all awake for the morning. You begin to hear outside of your rooms people kind of walking back and forth down the corridor. It seems pretty busy.
Aki fell asleep in the bar last night. He'll be found on a table if people venture downstairs.
I'll
Go ahead.
I'll venture down first. However, he'll be with a new face. Just to try and get through as quickly as possible. It'll be just more of a human face with a somewhat long dark beard, similar to what Ross has at the minute, but completely black and long dark flowing hair. Yeah, and actually, you know what? I've got a picture I can just send to the Discord.
You've combined Mark and Ross into one, haven't you?
No, it's actually just. I was just thinking the best way to describe Matt Berry. from What We Do in the Shadows. For anyone in the Twitch chat, it's Matt Berry from What We Do in the Shadows. So I'm just going to look like that and just kind of walk to find Aki and wake him up. Are you alright? Did you sleep here?
Oh. How? Who are you?
It's me. You know, my night didn't go well either. I thought a new face would help.
Oh. Interesting
Actually,
choice.
you know what? And my eye will just a Z-covered scar will cover one of my eyes and just say, "Follow this." I'll keep it so some weird faces.
Okay.
How was your night?
It didn't change much after you guys went back upstairs.
Yeah, I can tell.
I've not been playing much recently. I needed some practice.
Fair
And yeah, make sure I'm talking to who I should be talking to. You talk to your people.
He's not happy with me.
It does not often sound like he is happy with you. If you don't go completely silent, you're shouting at the air.
Yeah, I should probably get it looked at.
But today will be an interesting day.
Yeah.
I assume so. I assume the toying that I was doing earlier has kind of been unravelled accidentally by me. So, I don't know how this auction's going to go.
Let's hope that we accomplished what we hoped yesterday.
I mean, I think I've at least either kicked one out or made them too busy to care. Hopefully.
Both work.
That's something.
Where are the others?
I think they're still up. But still in their rooms.
Okay, let's find something to eat.
Definitely.
We'll wander off to accost the faceless servants.
That's fine. As the rest of you wake up, you are. There is a note slid under the table saying the auction will begin in an hour, which is not that long, but you see that it is a busy morning. What would the rest of you like to do? Or we can skip to the auction if you'd like. If there's anything else.
You'll notice when Bruce comes in, he looks a lot more determined, and he certainly did last night. Like he's resolved to do something.
Morning, bro.
Morning, Aki. You look, by Jove, you look a bit rough.
They have some interesting things here.
Sleep on a table?
That's where I was sitting at the time, so I guess so.
Oh, bloody hell! Right.
I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I've slept outside many a time. As have you.
If I have a bed, I sleep. Never mind. Food. I need food.
An idea.
So Errol getting his studded leather armor on. He's gonna eat one set of rations in the room before he takes off, and he'll be like, "All right, morning, Yagu."
Morning.
Yeah, that bed is actually surprisingly good for resting in, but well, we should probably get to the others. I imagine they're gonna be at the bar. We could see and meet up with them and see what they're up to. You good to go?
There's one thing I think I should do before I meet with the others, so why don't you go ahead? I will see you soon.
Sure. I'll be at the bar. And if not, then go to the main hall. I think that's where we're all going to meet up afterwards.
I can find you, no worries.
Okay. And Errol's is going to leave with that in mind. And he's going to the bar and... Oh, go on. Mark, sorry.
Jogu would like to try to find the Jumanji twins. if that's possible, even.
Um, they're not on this floor. From what you've been told, that you need some sort of pass to get to the kind of upper floor. So probably the best place to either meet them is in the hall, or they're very rich and proper, so they probably just get food sent to their rooms. So the next time you probably would meet them is in the hall.
Then he will just wait around the hall, or if he can persuade the guards, maybe to.
Oh, so you will, yeah, well, of course, go up to him. Yeah, what business do you
Hi.
have?
My name is Delgu. I am the Master Guardian of the Iridium Lake. I've met with Kai and Juna before, and I was wondering if I could make them an offer. It's a fair trade that would maybe be useful before the auction happens.
Do you have a pass to meet them?
No, sadly I don't. This is something I came up before I went to sleep last night.
Make
So
a persuasion check with disadvantage, though.
Oof.
Watch him get 2 nat 20s.
Can I burn an inspiration to make it a normal one?
Yeah.
Then I will. Fuck.
Would you roll? 10.
10.
Wait, you roll perception, not persuasion.
Oh.
What was your persuasion?
Well, it's the same, so.
10? Yeah, okay. They look at you and they say, unfortunately, they've actually told us that they do not want to be disturbed. Unless you had a meeting with them, but it is from what they've told us, they are not expecting anyone. Perhaps you could meet them in the Great Hall.
Then I will just wait for them. I don't want to disturb them in their free time. But thank you for your cooperation.
They nod.
And Jug will slither off.
Alright. Okay. Anyone else? No? Alright. As you all continue to munch and have your food, there is this kind of a voice that kind of echoes out throughout all the hallways of wherever you are. The auction is about to start. Please make your way towards the main hall. And as this happens, you all kind of get ushered into the main hall. The room looks exactly the same it is, apart from there is a pedestal where there is a dwarvish man standing there, white beard, kind of curled mustache, spectacles in his eyes, wearing a little hat as well, and he has a little mallet in his hand and starts. We will begin the auction with, and slowly, one by you see everyone in the room apart from a few people. So you do not see Oliver. Jamil Ollivander. Yeah, that one. Jamil. Yeah, Jamil Ollivander. As you begin to hear people begin to say, "Did you hear that crazy old chef? He tried to attack some of the servants in the kitchen. He was so adamant to cooking his food that he looked like he was possessed for some sort of. He's been kicked out, and he was mentioning something about he was inspired by this Mazarov, something like that. I'm not too sure what he was talking about.
While that's going on, I'll say, that sounds like a fake up name. Come on, that sound. Well, I did see a guy like that, reddish hair, going over there. Maybe you should all go find him.
I think Jamil was just some nutcase of a chef, obsessed. Never mind, he's been removed from the palace anyway. So,
and a good thing for it.
I agree.
You can't have nothing like that around here.
Yes, this is a proper place. We do not need crazy people like that. And kind of that rumor kind of passed around, and you begin to hear. You see you see Bipondius actually walk up to Darren, where you see Bruce, you see Darren there, and as Bipondius comes and tries to make greetings with him and speak to him, you see Darren just walk away from him and past. And then he kind of is a bit taken back. Bipondius is a bit taken back. He kind of looks around, and then just kind of moves to another position and just kind of just waits for the auction, a little embarrassed by the situation.
Yeah, Bruce sees it and kind of nudges whoever's next saying, says, "Oh, I think we may have some competition now."
You only see Kai there. Yuna is not present. And
Is Purity there?
you do not see Purity either. But the auction is about to start, and as it does, one by one the items begin to get put in the auction. The first is being the Holy Avenger itself, and you begin to see Bipondius raising his hand, and you see other people raising their hands as well. At this time, you see Cornelius looking around. His nose is a bit like kind of patched up from bandages or something to kind of from the damage that has been caused, and he is looking in the crowd. Ruin, I need you to make a stealth check. I'll tell you this. I'm going to make you make 5 stealth checks. Obviously against
Can I
his,
No, you're not.
against his against his perception.
But can I help since I'm nearby?
I mean, you don't notice him.
Yeah, that's true.
You don't notice him kind of looking for Ruin and stuff. But in terms of your stealth, let's see if he notices you. If he notices you, he's going to get involved in what your group is also bidding on. Sorry, go ahead, Mass. I mean,
Can,
yeah.
can I, if need be, can I inspire Ruin if he tells me, obviously, but can I throw him a d8 if need be?
Only
I'll just whisper to Maz and just like try to like hide my head. Oh, there's unwanted attention here, and I'm just gonna like point.
And as you points towards him, with a stealth of 7 and his perception of 19 that he rolled, you are spotted immediately. And he looks towards you and he kind of starts looking at the people around you. Note to be taken that Feminor is not there. You don't know where he is. But
I'll- I'm gonna move away from the group.
okay.
I'm just gonna get as far away as possible from them.
Okay.
If Feminor's missing, Aki will go looking for him, kind of going through all the rooms that we took up the night before.
Okay. As you quickly
I
leave the
did
auction.
tell the group above game. I did tell the group he was in my room. I did say this out loud to all of you.
Indeed.
Starting there, then.
Okay. As you enter the room, there you see him still snoring and sleeping, just knocked out.
Magic works on this floor, we said.
Mhm.
Using practical joke, as he calls it, thaumaturgy, really.
Mhm.
He'll use practical joke to make his voice 3 times louder than it normally is, and shout his name at him to try and jolt him awake.
Okay. As you do, he's like,
Partake of the local goods, did we?
where am I?
You're in someone else's room, and the auction has begun without you.
Oh, you see him just slump onto the floor. Oh, God. You guys, I don't think I'm going to make it.
Oh, I can't bet you didn't give us the money and we'll do it.
In the back. He points to. Goes back to sleep.
Okay. Aki will go for the money then.
Okay. As you pick up
Run.
his little
Run.
bag of holding, it feels a bit weightless, but the money he's pointed is in there.
10,000 was it?
From what he told you.
That's scary. Okay. Aki will take out whatever it's not going to be good. Whatever smooshed kind of pastry he's got in one pocket with all the bits falling off, and just kind of put it on the pillow beside him for when he wakes up.
Okay. As you take his
And just leave
bag
it there.
and make your way back, the auction has continued on to the second and third item. Sorry, go ahead.
I was wondering, I wanted to meet to either Junior or Kai, and I was waiting in the Great Hall, but I didn't see any of them come by.
Only Kai came by. So is this something you wanted to ask?
Yes, I would have liked to talk to him before the auction happened.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
If that's
That's fine.
possible.
We can add that in.
Sure, then. Oh, hi there, Kai. How are you doing today?
You were here yesterday.
Yes, we talked about the Idiot Sandwich book, I believe.
How can I help you?
Well, allow me to formally introduce myself first. I am Jogul. I am the Master Guardian of the Iridium Lake. My duty is to protect Eldot and her work at all costs. My entire life I have lived happily knowing that she was safe, but as of lately, I'm afraid not as much. Now I know it's a time for action instead of healing wounds. So I need to prepare myself to strike at evil at its source. So that's why I wanted to talk to you.
He just seems a bit confused. He's a bit like, yes.
This, and I'm holding my staff of healing. This is my staff of healing. It's a one-of-a-kind staff of the Master Guardian of Eldot. I have used it to heal thousands of creatures, and I've always thought that this staff would belong to me until the end of time, as it was passed on to me from my former master. But I know that this staff alone can't save Eldot. But I know the sword that they are about to action is maybe capable of doing so. So, I was wondering that if you could buy the sword for me, I am willing to trade you my staff of healing for it.
He looks at you and he just says, I have no need for a piece of wood, and I am not bidding on any of the items. My sister is very upset. So, and then he just walks past and doesn't say anything else.
Damn.
I just
Can
picture
I
you
see-
actually saying that out loud. Damn.
Can I see the way where he went from, and can I see if I can enter the same?
Oh yeah,
room?
this is this is the kind of the main corridor to the Great Hall, and you kind of met him outside, and he's just going straight into the Great Hall now. So he's present at the auction, but he's not. He said he's not bidding anything.
Oof.
You're unsure why, because yes, you convinced him yesterday not to bid for the book, and he said he would be bidding for. He could bid for anything and buy anything, but now he's turned around. He's alone, and he doesn't want to bid for anything. His sister's not there.
Oh, then I will go to the auction as well and go back to the group.
Alright. As you return back to the group, the auction continues on to the second and third item. The necklace does come up, but it is by Pondius who actually buys it instead of Kai, who does not even make a bid for it at all. The most expensive item that kind of goes for is the acorn. No idea why, but it sells for almost 250,000 gold for some odd reason. There's a lot of bidders for that. Unsure on its
What?
value and reason behind it, but a lot of happen. But
Imagine if it's just an acorn.
imagine if it's just an acorn, and eventually, this is a point where sorry, Aki, go ahead.
When Aki comes trotting back down, he's not going to stand with the group. He's going to stand beside the Pondius.
You kind of. Do you make yourself present?
Yeah, well, I don't know how Aki wouldn't.
Okay.
So yeah.
He goes, Aki Flammacaster. I'm disappointed that your friend, he kind of looks towards where Bruce is, did not make acquaintance with his father. Unfortunately, he did not care to indulge me.
We told you that might happen, but we did try to connect you with him. The relationship you were leaning on was not solid for that.
Well, I'm sorry.
We held up our side of the bargain. Does that mean you will too?
I needed. My bargain was for me to be introduced to your father. But that did not happen. He did not care of me. Or did he even know me at all?
He has your credentials, and like I said, for him to care of our recommendations, he has to care of what we say first.
Well, it was not enough. However, he kinda goes into his bag. You may have this book back. I've read through it. It is very humorous, but not for me.
Odd, no? I'm disappointed that you're reneging, Bepondius.
I am not. I am just doing what I must and acquiring what I need. It seems like the book is about to be auctioned. I hope you have enough funds for it.
Good luck. And Aki will take the book that has been rejected and go and join the others quickly to try and explain what's going on.
Okay.
Yes.
Alright.
I got the money. Help.
Where's Penny?
Wait,
get-
where
No, no.
is...
Feminor is unconscious and he will be for some time, but I need some help doing this, and Bepondius has not gone for it, Bruce.
I'll grab the bag. Do we need me to be Femi?
I don't know that we do, but we need to do
I
something.
think we just need to
stop
have the money. I don't think it matters that we need to be
We
necessarily.
need to stop Bepondius buying it. He can outbid us.
But we have the money, that's why we are here, right?
Well, we need the book.
Why
Right?
doesn't one of us just distract Pondius?
That is good.
Why doesn't one of us just,
Good on you
do something
for
reckless?
good on you for putting yourself forward.
Yeah, Ruin, you seem really good at drawing attention. Just
Yeah.
go up and hit him in the face again.
You're a wonderful distraction.
Get mad.
Do we really think this is gonna work?
No.
Not in,
Then, sorry, but Aki, you have met Hippondius before. Do you know the reason why he wants the book?
no. He's a collector. He was interested in everything here, but particularly this.
Right, damn it. Right, listen up, everybody. Watch the auction. Begin bidding. I'm going to try and talk to Bepondius while the bidding's going on. Okay, bye. I walk over to Bepondius and I'm trying to basically say, so what happened? I passed on the note while while the bidding's going on. So you might go 100. In the meantime, while doing this, I'll try and convince him I did my part. That kind of thing.
I'll jokingly shout out 100 copper.
This is the auctioneer is like, oh, the bidding will start in 500 gold in 500 increments. No coppers. That's a bit strange. Yeah. Ah,
Okay.
oh,
700 gold, Jackie Daytona.
I just said 500 gold increments.
I get then that 1,000.
Gold. Candlekeep.
1,000 gold Candlekeep. Is that what you said?
Yep.
Okay. There you see, you see, Cornelius go. 1,500 Cornelius Featherbottom.
Featherbottom. Is that the only thing that you got? Okay. 5,000 gold. Candlekeep.
I'll just stare at everyone. 5,000? No, you work your way up.
No, I'm the greatest.
This is no one will go up there higher than that. It's stupid. Ruin.
You said 5,000?
We need to buy time. We need to buy time.
As you mentioned,
I- you need to get
5,000
some
for Candlekeep. You approach whatever his name is. Sorry, I just yes.
The Hippo Man.
The GIF.
Mr. Lamar.
And as you approach and he says 5,000 goals, what do you say to him? Sorry.
I stand next to my hands behind my back. It's rather unseemly, a nobleman not keeping to his word, don't you think, Master Lumar? Not looking at him, just looking ahead at the auction.
Because, well, that is more than I would have paid for. I guess you can have the book. It is fine. I will not bid.
Master Lumar, I'd like to, well, first of all, thank you for your kindness, but I'd like to assure you I did pass on your letter. Handed it to my father's butler. My relationship with my father is rather fraught right now. My initial meeting did not go well, and I will not lie to you, it did slip my mind. I did pass on your note. Perhaps my father is simply deeply distressed or distracted. Please try talking to him after the auction, though. I'm sure he'll be more amenable to negotiations at that point.
Very well. I will do that. Thank you for your honesty, Bruce Woodlock.
I see what you did there. Have a good day, Lord Lumar, and I'll bow.
And he
And I'll scurry back.
all right. 5,000 going once, and you see Cornelius kind of look at the book and just be like, ugh, and look towards you, Ruin, and just shake his head. Going twice. Sold to Candlekeep for 5,000 gold.
Oh wow, that's amazing. They're so
No.
rich. You hear the crowds going and be like, oh my
And Errol's gonna be like, well, at least we got the book, but I guess the 5K
Yeah.
will divide amongst ourselves.
Aki says out loud, "Holy shit! That is the most money I've ever seen paid for anything, and it's a book."
And who can I physically at least? Do they just hand us the book? Can I at least physically start looking into the book?
Yeah, I mean the book is kind of brought to you
Yeah.
in a nice fancy
And
case,
I'll just kind of grab it and I'll just start reading it.
and it
Once
has
we bought it, it's our property.
it has one recipe, a sandwich recipe in there.
Hmm.
Are you?
club
pamphlet.
sandwich?
Yeah.
Is it a club sandwich?
You know, guys, technically, I know we came here under Candlekeep, but hear me out. We bought it, not our Feminol, right?
Was that the last lot of the
What's
auction?
your point?
That is the last lot of the auction.
Well, he wants it for Candlekeep. We can give him back his 5,000 and then ask Candlekeep for more for this book.
Or we can pretend it costed 8,000 gold, keep the
He will.
and
He will
just
never
blame it
know.
on him.
He is
Yeah,
unconscious.
That's the point. Like, why did we even buy the book? Why did we keep the entire gold
Legally?
back to ourselves?
Because
thought you were
eventually when
supposed
he
to be,
wakes up and he realizes, hey, we don't have the book, you know, he's gonna send people after us to get the money back.
You know, that's
It's
quite
just,
the
it's just money.
that's quite the mischievous plan coming from the paladin.
Like I'm just saying, he hasn't been nice to us. Why should we be nice to them just because they offered us money? Now he failed his part of his job, so all I was thinking.
That's why
about
I'm
was,
saying we give him back what's left, then we demand that Candlekeep pay us 10k for the book.
We're gonna hold the book ransom.
Why don't we
I
just take the money that was left over, tell him that it cost 10,000 gold, and because he's unconscious, and wait, did the note come with the book to say how much it cost?
Oh, the receipt.
Yes, yes.
Our
that.
payment was what was left.
really quick, Mo.
Right.
Do I see where the Holy Avenger is going? By the way,
The Holy Avenger was taken by
Cornelius?
Nope, by Pontius as well.
Oh, Pontius, yeah.
He's a rich man.
all right, Maz.
Thinking rich.
Last chance. Just hear me out. Transform into him. Get them to give you the sword, and we immediately hide that in the bag of holding.
You're
Or-
insane.
You're insane.
The floor will kind of tell him.
He looks.
Really?
He always looks like himself.
He'll
on the
even,
floor.
like, jointly with Aki, and he'll say, "You're insane."
You're insane. I'm loving the energy, but this is madness. Also,
I'm just
my
saying, look,
my
we
my
went through
compass
all the
wasn't
planning.
working.
The only reason I'm suggesting with Candlekeep, we went through all the planning. As Yagu said, he failed to keep up his end of the deal, keep up his liquor. We had to go through a lot of this political swordplay, for lacking of better terms, and we're only gonna get half. When all this dude did was get drunk off his ass and sleep, not even bid at the auction.
That's a fair point. He
did
didn't
all
do his
the
job.
work.
I mean, it's still 833 gold per person, plus a few extra. I think we've got a good deal.
It's a matter of principle, not even so much the coin.
What
Why
if we
don't you
just
just
ask for 1,000 gold each?
Well, we could just tell him that, well, you didn't do your job. We're going to let your superiors at Candlekeep know. Your bodyguards had to do it for you.
So we're going
Like,
to.
literally everything. You were just here carrying the money. until
Won't they
you
just
couldn't.
think we're tattletaling?
That
That's
depends.
you.
We can all be quite persuasive.
Do we already have access to the part of Candlekeep that he is steward of?
He said he would give you access to it.
Based on the outcome of this.
Oh,
I mean, we're the party that saved Candlekeep from Shame. I mean, we are the crew that saved Candlekeep from that bloody awful spirit they keep down in the bloody basement. I'm sure that has some sway.
if they're offering us access to the library that not even normally seekers would get, I'm actually fine with just that.
That could be a nice enough compensation.
Yeah,
I
let's
got
go.
my book back, and I've got
Bravo.
pull out the working out your way to the seven heavens.
And in regards to the money, though, currently on hand, I say we still keep it anyway. The
That was
5K
the
that's
deal.
left. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
yes.
but make sure
was-
that you
that was-
transfer the gold from from one bag to the other, so we give him an empty bag back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How?
So-
is there
Okay, wait.
5,000
There's
gold left?
6
Do you
in that
think
bag.
it's unreasonable to keep the bag?
That could be.
Tell him, just tell him I'm very stupid, and I handed over the money in the bag. The bag is gone.
Yeah.
Do we need 3 of these?
I mean, I'm not going to say no to that. The
Turned
more the
out
merrier.
useful last week.
Okay.
So
Alright.
should we
Is it-
split the gold now before we go wake him up?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, I
Sure.
calculated it.
833, you said?
833 plus 2 spare.
I mean,
Oh,
I'm fine
you
with just the
don't.
833.
I don't need any gold. You can split it 5 ways.
Yagu, it's not about the gold itself. It's about principle of working as a team.
Hold
We
on a
all
second.
did a part here.
Yagu, you could donate this gold to to your Church of Eldeth. Eldath?
You could save up money to start a Church of Eldath.
I could, but I have
What i-
something to do first before I want to achieve that.
Yagu, would
I
you
have-
prefer to put your money into like the caravan's public kitty?
Yeah, I prefer it if my gold would go to the party instead of my own
All right,
release
838.
right now.
Actually,
1666.
no, so I worked out. It was 4,998 divided by 6, which was 833, meaning there's 2 gold spare over, so his share would be 833.
835.
Just we could put this extra 2 gold into the public thing as well. Then, so it's
Yeah, let's put the 2 gold in there
1,600.
into the party
So we have
treasury.
1,864 gold pieces and 100 silver pieces altogether now.
Cool.
Pretty,
Wonderful.
pretty,
Now,
pretty hefty party fund.
Okay.
is
Not bad.
my friend with the nose? I'm forgetting. I want to say
Cornelius.
Cornelius,
Yes,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Is Cornelius still watching out for me or anything?
No, I think he just kind of shrugged you off after you bidded for the book like crazy amount, and he was just like, that was his only attempt to try to get back at you. He didn't want to resort to violence. Clearly, you punched him in the nose and it hurt. But you see him kind of walking away, speaking to his group of people who are kind of touching his shoulder and caring,
like,
"Oh, you'll be okay," one of those type of people. Yeah.
I'll like whisper to Ruin. Side note, though, you throw a hell of a haymaker.
Yeah, got some pent up rage. I'm gonna fly over to Cornelius. Hey, no hard feelings, right?
You see, he doesn't respond to you, and he kind of just be like, okay, like, kind of shrugs you away and doesn't care.
Come on, I'm trying to apologize. Can't you at least look me in the eye?
He doesn't look you in the eye, and then someone's just like, "Can you leave from here, please? He doesn't wish to speak to you."
Why is his nose still hurt?
They stop moving and shuffling off in a little group and pack away from you.
I could.
We gotta work on your apology skills.
All right, and as you all kind of this auction kind of ends here. We will continue this from next week, where we will kind of transition from this event to what happens in the evening, and then see where it leads you guys from that point forward.
Oh,
Overall mission success, mission complete.
You're gonna make me wait a week to give
Unfortunate.
my decision to.
Yeah, sorry. I thought it was gonna happen today, but it didn't. So unfortunately,
Son
no.
of a
But it was
bitch.
amazing anyway. You guys had great
Oh.
role playing moments and stuff like that. But
Yeah, that was so good.
yeah.
Amazing.
But until
Oh, you tease.
yeah, let me just sign off until next week. Thank you everyone for watching. If you haven't seen any of our previous stuff, you can catch up on that on our YouTube. And thanks to Darren Curtis for his music and James Wester for his art. We'll catch you on Sunday for the next chapter of Barovia, and next week on Tuesday for the next chapter for this. Until then, thank you everyone, and take care. See you next week.
All the best.
Bye.
Have a great
See
week.
you later.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.